Well, what's going on, guys? It's Creator and Ron here, back for new This Week in Wrestling. Talk about everything that happened in the world of WWE and beyond. First things first, we apologize for being late. I was having technical issues. Basically, what happened was I couldn't even log into Google Hangout. When you hit, so like if whoever's watching every live stream, if you try to start Hangout on air, it should pop up with a second screen. This is where you get your live feed controls and whatnot. I couldn't even get into that for some reason. There's something wrong with the internet connection. I had to restart it a few times, and lo and behold, we got it. So apologize for delay, guys. It wasn't because we were just chit-chatting, which we were, but the main reason why.
But the complete reason this time, I know every week is an excuse with us, but this particular time, it was actually internet connections because I was waiting. I was ready and everything. I was waiting and then waiting and waiting and waiting. I thought he fell asleep. And Dave's like, no, I'm actually having an internet connection. So give me a second. So yeah, we've been trying to figure out everything, but we're here, ready to entertain you.
I feel like the day we actually come on time will be like on a serious topic, like if Vince McMahon died or something. I don't know. Yeah, we'll still be late.
Because we still be late. So we're gonna talk about how we're going to talk about. Then we're gonna talk about things elsewhere, like, well, how was my weekend before I found out? What was you doing before you found out? What was you eating before you found out? Something like that. So, yeah.
Well, we'll go so off topic. We'll still be late, no matter what the situation is.
But at least this time,
it was for a legit reason. Yeah, our feed was that. I mean, well, I said our feed was that. I just couldn't connect to the Google Hangout for some odd reason. But yeah, so before we actually start, as always, Ron, how was your week?
Pretty eventful. Gamers Heaven. Did some streaming, played some games, did some commentary. So I'm not saying my voice hurts, but one or two things. I should have said this to you earlier. One, I didn't watch Smackdown.
Are you serious? That was the best show of the week.
Well, I listen. The reason why I didn't watch Smackdown was because I went to go see it.
And I was before we even got on the air, I was gonna ask you, like, how was that movie? Can I do?
Yes, it was good. I don't have a fear of clowns, so it wasn't as scary as most people say. But I like the story. I like where they're going with it. There is I won't say a surprise because thank you, Internet, for ruining it for me. But there is something that you'll find out. It actually has to do with the whole 27-year thing that he actually also mentioned a bunch of times in the movie about the whole he comes back every 27 years.
So it's connected to the first one?
I won't say connected to the first one. I was all right because it's been a while since I've seen the first one, really.
Yeah.
But I would say that if this one was a remake of the first one, then there will be a sequel.
Yeah, no, because I felt like I did see some scenes online. It looked similar. I mean, not similar, but it did, like the whole Georgie scene. That was obviously from the original, but
there will be all right. I pretty much was to say, and then spoiler alert, people. But like I said, then again, the internet kind of ruined it, so most people already know.
Yeah.
In the end of the movie, and I'm not talking about the end credits, I'm talking about after the last scene, they say that this is chapter 1. If anyone has read the book, which I've read some of it, I didn't read all of it, but if you read the book and you've seen it all over, or you've seen the original, you know that it comes back every 27 years. So, and they mentioned that a bunch of times in this movie. So, this movie is about the kids. The next movie, there's going to be a next movie next year. It's 27 years after that.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, for fuck's sake. Yeah, wait, a whole other 27 years. I'm going to be.
Oh, no, it's not going to be a whole another 27 years. The movie's coming out.
For that movie.
The movie comes out next year. I think sometime in the summer, of next year or whatnot. And it's supposed to be. It's even next year or a year after. I forgot what they said, but it's going to be another. It's going to be 27 years after the first event. So everyone that's in the first movie is going to be actors who are older, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, I mean, I do. Even though you did kind of spoil it,
like I said, even then they're going.
I know it's been out for a week. I know. I already seen some scenes of the movie anyway on YouTube.
Yeah. A lot of people have been uploading things, and I kind of got ruined. I'm like, God damn it. Okay. So
I heard it was a very good movie. So I mean, a movie.
Yeah, all I know is good. It's good for its story.
And he does look. I mean, again, I'm not afraid of clowns either, but I can tell he does look terrifying, especially when he.
I will send you a link later, but he actually did an interview on Conan. He can do that smile for real. That wasn't because a lot of people. All right, here we go again, Rifton. We're going to get to wrestling, but so a lot of people like to complain. I'm going to say something about it. A lot of people was complaining to the fact that there were too much CGI in the movie. And my whole thing is, for the stuff that he had to do, yeah, there's going to be CGI because there's no way that it's Pennywise is going to be spreading his mouth the way he is to bite people. There's going to be CGI. Okay. Yes, you can tell what CGI was not. And maybe you had to do a little better with the editing, but CGI is going to happen. All right. For someone as mythical as Pennywise, CGI is going to happen. But the one thing that wasn't CGI was Pennywise smile. That guy can actually do it. I saw an interview. He was on Conan O'Brien. He actually can do that smile. It's creepy as fuck.
Who plays him? Is he a famous actor?
One of the Skarsgårds. I can't think of his name. I think Billy Skarsgård or.
Okay.
It's like a lot of Skarsgård family. Hold on, give me a second. I'm looking up right now. But yeah, Bill Skarsgård, who kind of looks like the Miz a little bit. he kind of like if you actually look at him, yeah, his name is Bill Skarsgård. If you actually look at like a profile shot, he kind of looks like the Miz, like a skinnier Miz.
Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. He plays two characters?
Who, Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Apparently, he plays the main character.
Yeah, he plays Pennywise.
Oh,
okay. I see what you're saying. I think I know what you mean.
I mean, the actor. The actor.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård plays Pennywise. A lot of people think that the clown's name is It. It's not It. It's Pennywise. They just called it It because they didn't know that his name was Pennywise in the beginning.
Oh no, I'm just looking at this wrong. No. I was looking. No. I thought the person who played It was doing like double. I mean, I'm saying It. The person who played Pennywise, I mean, I knew his name, was doing double duty.
Oh no.
Like he was the main protagonist and he was Pennywise. But no, I was looking at it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Because the way they worded it, it was just like he plays this and whatever. But I didn't realize, I didn't see the first name, so never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, but no, yeah. Actually, I see what you mean because if you go on Google and I'm looking at the thing, like the list of the cast of It, for some reason, it says Bill Skarsgård, It.
Yeah, that's why I said I was like.
I see what you mean. I'm like, no, he was Pennywise. A lot of people get that wrong. He doesn't play It. He plays fucking Pennywise. A lot of people do get wrong.
All right, so I'm not crazy then. Gotcha.
No.
All right, so.
Anyway, so let's actually get to the wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd rather not even talk about my week. My week was ridiculous. So luckily so first off, again, I'm about to say congratulations. Thank you guys all for me reaching 3,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate it. It really helped me out for whatever hell week I had in my life. It was not personal related. It was work related, but it's just still ridiculous. But
yeah, it happens. And by the way, I do want to congratulate you on that for reaching 3,000 subscribers.
Yes, thank you, man. Really appreciate it. I mean, I didn't, to be honest, when I first started this channel back in 2012, I didn't think I would get anything out of it. But to see 3,000 people, whether they're active or not, just to subscribe to me, at least that says something. So
And now you have me, and it might go down a couple of.
Nah,
I
I
apologize if it does.
You know, you're more the entertaining part of the podcast anyway.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who the hell did this guy play in Author? Tommy Tribble? Tommy Tribble? I'm sorry.
No. You still talking about the guy, right?
No. One of the characters in it is a voice in Author.
Interesting.
Yeah, he plays one of the. You know the DW friends, the twins.
Yes. Yeah. Those people.
Yeah, he plays Tommy Tribble.
Huh? Which one? I mean, which is the one, the blue scarf or the red scarf?
The red scarf.
Oh, okay. Like it fucking mattered, but.
Yeah, but he plays one of the. I'm like, wait, what? This is okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So first things first, we'll start with. Cause there was actually some bit of news, in the world of wrestling outside of like kayfabe, or like just backstage stuff in general. First things first, since they already got spoiled on the internet because the NXT tapings were on Thursday, but since all the news sites that was their headline news, I guess I have no choice but to report on it. Leo Rush debuted at NXT.
Well, I didn't know that. I seriously,
that was the front page.
Really, I did not. Okay, so I'm keep talking because I did not know that.
Damn. Oh, all right. Yeah. So he debuted in NXT. It was during it. I won't really reveal like what else happened because it's part of a story. He's not part of the storyline, but it was just like he just got pulled into the storyline that's happening between. I don't want to reveal it yet because it didn't happen. Since it didn't happen on NXT, I won't reveal what the storyline is. It actually happens next week.
Okay.
The only thing I'll say it involves Aleister Black. That's all I can say.
Send me the link.
All right, I'll send you. All right, now he debuted. I won't say who. All I can say he debuted at NXT, so he's part of the NXT roster now. There's that.
Not that take long.
No, I thought he was gonna be in like just a performance center for a while. Nope. And all I can tell you, this airs in October because the ropes were pink, so they was getting ready for obviously the breast cancer awareness month, the Suji G Komen thing. So it will air in October. So there's that. Next thing, an interesting thing. For the Mae Young Classic, which I mean that should be the first thing we start off with. I mean, I know I was gonna go in continuity. I was probably gonna talk about it after SmackDown, but we might as well talk about the Mae Young Classic because I watched the finals, even despite the fact that I only watched the first 3 episodes of the Mae Young Classic. Not because I didn't want to watch it. I wanted to watch it. I just never found the time to. Never found the time to. And this is the issue. This is the difference between the Mae Young Classic and the Cruiserweight Classic. The reason why I was able to watch the Cruiserweight Classic because they aired it every week. As a wrestling fan, I'm not used to binge watching stuff. Especially when it comes to wrestling. So for them to release the first 4 episodes and the first 8 episodes, it didn't work out for you. But yeah. Did you watch any of the Mae Young Classic?
The first one because I was home for that one.
Well, I mean, last note fine. So yeah, let's just get this out the way. Basically, the finals of the Mae Young Classic feature Kairi Sane and Shanada. I'm gonna butcher her name. I don't know how to say her name properly. Blazer, Badger. Am I close?
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Basically, the woman from the 4 Horsewomen of UFC. Okay. They fought and they actually fought at the Smackdown arena. It was just they obviously changed everything because it was the Mae Young Classic. They fought. Kairi Sane won. I'm not gonna lie. I personally thought they was gonna give it to the UFC girl just because they were legit. I feel like they was gonna go that route like Brock Lesnar. They want to make it more legit. They want to make. I'm not saying the women's division legit or anything. I'm just saying they probably just.
Nah, I told you from the start.
I know.
It is a shame that you won't get the chance to see it, but Oscar too. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, it's a shame that I won't get to see Oscar versus Kairi because of the fact that Oscar has been called up and everything. And the thing is that I feel like now that I look at it, and it's something from last week too. When you look at it and how they wanted to portray Asuka as going up on the main roster as undefeated, at the same time you're letting Corey win the tournament. Whose momentum are you going to cool down first? Or who is going to be the one that's like, all right, who's going to lose this match? Are we going to have the person who is 500 plus days, or your freshly new winner of the Mae Young Classic?
Oh, trust me, Asuka's gonna lose first because
And I feel like that was the problem. Like you say, Asuka is going to lose first, right? Okay. But what if they didn't want that? Because, like I said, I feel like the whole plan, the whole time was, we want Asuka to go up to the main roster undefeated. So her last match. So I'm just saying,
because realistically in NXT at that time, who could have actually beat her that who didn't already try?
Like I said, that will probably went to Corey. Yeah. But like I said, it's like who would you want to lose? It was, I won't say momentum because you can always bounce back from it, but in this particular match, it's, hey, do we want Asuka to lose and then go to the main roster at 500 and whatever wins and one? Do we want our freshly new Mae Young champion, tournament champion, first match against Asuka?
Oh yeah, that's the issue. Yeah.
So.
No, I do see your point now. Yeah.
Is that so? He excuse me. So it's pretty much like from here. Oh, well, let's just have Asuka go up, and then we just put Kari in Asuka's place because, well, if some people already know this, but the winner of the tournament and automatically know for the NXT title.
Exactly, and she will be a part of that multi-man match at TakeOver Houston.
Yes, so
I already know the other two, but I just won't reveal who they are because it didn't air. So there's two of them already confirmed after the taping. There's two. It's a fatal four-way, people. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a fatal four-way. We know 3 of the 4. I was one of them, obviously being Kairi Sane. So we know 3 of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yeah. So any thoughts on the Mae Young? I mean, I would say any thoughts on Mae Young Classic in general. But since I really didn't watch, I'm gonna make the time to still watch, even though we saw the ending just because. But speaking of one more topic on Mae Young Classic, here's all the following after Mae Young Classic. These are all the people who have been signed after Mae Young Classic. Obviously, Kairi Sane, and then you have Vanessa Bourne, Zeta, Sarah Logan, Exia Lee. I was gonna butcher her name. Exia Lee, Rhea, Abby Lee, Kavari.
I'm gonna say, well, so the thing is, because I also follow Abby on Twitter.
Yeah,
she was kind of already signed.
Oh, but
some okay, so some of these, unlike the Cruiserweight Classic, where they have gotten, wow, that's actually pretty nice. I just saw something. It's actually wrestling related. I'm sorry. I'll show you that picture in a second. But being that some unlike the Cruiserweight Championship, where they gotten people from other organizations and stuff like that, like shit, I have brain farts of names now. Japanese superstar. That's your name is a superstar. I can't even figure his name. Like fireworks and fighting. Anyway. Like there's certain superstars like Zack Sabre Jr. I'll give him that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are already signed to other organizations. Just like also with the UK tournament, the majority of the people from the UK tournament was assigned with Progress Wrestling, ICW Wrestling, and stuff like that. They just having to sign, I would say, a 30-day deal or whatever for it to be in WWE so they can do the cruiserweight stuff. But I feel like, and I think this is true, the majority of the women that's in the Women of the Mae Young Classic were actually already signed to
Yeah, they
WWE.
were already, like Lacey
And
Evans. I know, I
yeah,
do see the point.
yeah, and they're just like it's your first match or your first televised. Well, and then not really because some of them actually wrestled on NXT before. They had televised matches or they did live shows. But for some of them, like, all right, your first televised match will be on the Mae Young Classic, or you're going to be on the Mae Young Classic, whatever, blah blah blah. So it's a little bit of a different thing that they did this time than usual.
Yeah, no, I do see. Yeah, like the majority, like for example, the Cruiserweight Classic, there's only 2 people who were signed to NXT, and they weren't even actually fully signed to like the WWE in general, and that was Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah,
those are the only 2 people that was actually working with WWE. That was part of it. So yeah, I do see your point. Whether these women, majority of them, I'm looking at this list. I don't know why they list Bianca Belair. She was already in NXT.
yeah, she was already in NXT.
Yeah, and
like I said, some of them have wrestled side shows. I mean, or like NXT live shows, or some of them already had their TV debut.
Exactly. So I was like, yeah, I don't know why they mentioned these names. Yeah, but that's just
Yeah, because when you was mentioning them, like she's already signed.
I got you now. Okay, but yeah, overall,
I would say the pitch I wanted to show you, because as some of y'all know right now, and this is wrestling news. All right, I'm not riffing here. This is wrestling news. As some of y'all know right now, the WWE is overseas. They're Smackdown. They just left Japan and they're in Hong Kong. I follow some of them on Instagram and Twitter. And they did a tour of Hawaii. Hawaii, Japan, and now they're in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Raw is doing some matches. I think towards Germany. I think it is.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Yeah. So the majority of everyone in WWE are touring overseas. Some are in Asia. Some of them are like in Germany or Europe somewhere. So AJ Styles faced Kevin Owens for the United States title in Osaka. And as some of y'all know, AJ Styles is kind of a known person in Japan, as some of y'all might know. Well, AJ Styles kind of did something where I'm about to show right now that you probably won't see on TV.
A mask.
It's just like his Bullet Club mask that he used to come out with. I've been trying to look for that mask. Hold on, let me actually find it.
Was it his last mask that he wore against Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yes.
That mask, okay. So, I mean, I do know the mask you're talking about, though.
Yes, and I've been actually it's the same as that mask, like the Shield wore. As you see, I actually look it up. So it's like the Shield kind of wore this mask. I actually thought that was pretty cool. They actually sold it for a while. They stopped selling it. I mean, might look on eBay, but AJ Styles.
I know he looks badass.
Yeah, AJ Styles came out with a mask, like you said, around the same time where he was wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura. Since then, they've actually done the Bullet Club bandana, which is crossed with Tekken, because, like I said, with Brian Fury, he has a bandana on Tekken 7 where he goes.
His hair gotten longer. I'm sorry, his hair has gotten longer. AJ.
Yeah, it has. That's why they keep making fun of it, called his soccer mom.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, because of that. But like, his mask on, like Kenny Omega wears. Or he doesn't do it all the time, but he was doing it for a little bit, where he will wear the Brian Fury mask and the T-shirt, because they have a Brian Fury T-shirt now.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on for a second, because I'm actually going to put this on to show you the difference between his Bullet Club mask, as you can probably hear the muffled voice,
Yeah.
Bullet Club mask and of hair and the mask that I have on right now.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay. Yeah, this is the mask that Brian Fury wears when he's if you pick his first two costumes, and this is the actual mask. If you turn on the other side, says Bullet Club. Oh, it's upside down. I apologize.
Yeah, Bullet Club Tekken.
Or actually, this whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so AJ Styles wore that mask and is actually sick, and now I'm going to be looking on eBay for that mask to probably wear.
This is the stuff that I wish that they would put on TV. I know there's no real reason why AJ would wear the mask, but
well, you know, and something else too. I've noticed Jeff Hardy actually does the face paint on live shows.
Yeah, I didn't know if you did that or not.
And that kind of ticks me off too. Like, how come he can't do it on the TV tapings or the TV shows? Like, what's wrong with doing it? I mean, okay, so all right, hate to bring him up, but I hate to say I hate bringing this up, but it's not like it's Finn Balor where we're summoning the demon or purchasing the DLC for the demon, as I like to joke. Jeff Hardy's been doing the face paint and the paint thing for the longest time. He has it's not like we're summoning Will-O-the-Wisp, Jesus Christ, or Itchweed. Why does that man have so many characters? But yeah, so he's just doing his thing. You know, he paints his eyes when he closes his eyes. Well, not his eyes. Closes his eyes. He paints his eyes. But when he closes his eyes, it looks like he's still looking at you.
Exactly.
That. Like, all the creative stuff that Jeff Hardy does. He does it on live shows, but not for TV tapings. Now I don't understand why.
Maybe he might start doing that when they break up. Not saying that they will, but maybe.
I mean, yeah, but who knows?
You just think about it, Jeff Hardy as a separate character that could just work because Matt Hardy.
But Matt Hardy's also done it with the Hardy Boys. I mean, well, Jeff Hardy has done it when they were the Hardy Boys. Even when they were broken, he has also done painting.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's hard to know what they're doing with the Hardys now. I mean,
it's kind of. It's not their fault. It's the whole thing with
Revival. I know because they had
Revival.
They had a feud set and yeah. But other than that, another big piece of news. You know the whole Fashion Files?
Yes, I kind of mad. I haven't been keeping up with it.
Well, I mean, it has been on TV. That's why for the past 2 weeks. But besides the point, it turns out, and I don't know how to feel about this. Apparently, the people who are going to be the ones that be revealed to be Breezango's attackers are Primo and Epico.
But they left.
No. I did read that point. No, they never left. Epico's at the live events because Primo is injured. Epico has been wrestling just the live events.
But remember there was like a small little rumor going around that
they both actually their release,
that's for the release, and based on the fact that I haven't seen them in a couple of weeks, I thought they granted it.
Primo got injured, so they're just using Epico for live events.
Oh, okay.
Against it's basically what it always is the New Day versus the Ascension and Epico.
Oh, okay. And I using Luke Harper and
which is funny because I'm reading a report. It was supposed to be Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, but they're going for different direction with them. So
also Luke Harper's with Sin Cara.
Yes, I know. Don't remind me of that. The stupid basket, whatever.
Because that's the thing.
My God, no sense.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look this up now. So for those who probably don't know right now, if you're wondering where Luke Harper is, he's on
Twitter every day.
He's on Twitter pretty much every day, but he's also been doing house show matches, and you haven't really seen him on TV. But for some reason, they just decided, hey, let's team him up, and this is one of the things that's happened.
Is it me, or do you feel like the creative? I'm not talking about like the writer, whoever writes the show. like the whole creative team of SmackDown changed after WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everybody was being used before WrestleMania.
Yep,
Luke Harper was in the main event. He was fighting AJ Styles in the main event before.
Yep.
Like everybody was being used on the show. But now it's like they're only the select people. And the SmackDown roster is already thin, so it's like they can't even afford to do that.
Yep. But yeah, here's what's going on.
Oh God.
Luke Harper and Sin Cara. Apparently these two are partners, and not only are they partners, I don't know if they. Here's the thing: I don't know if they're continuing to doing this because it also says that they did it. When they did this match, it was back in Canada, and the match was Luke Harper and Sin Cara versus Eric Rowan and Aiden English. So this might not even be still a thing. But the thing is, this happened.
I know that mask.
That was the thing.
Jesus Christ. Hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, otherwise that was it for pretty much all like the newsworthy things.
I want that mask. I just looked on. I legit been looking on eBay as I was talking about the AJ Styles mask and nothing.
Well, I mean, they're probably selling for like 3,000. Davies gonna be dicks. They're gonna make a goal for the Connor's Cure thing, and then they're gonna sell it.
Do you think that's a little exposing? What's the word I'm looking for? Not exposing, but like, I mean, I understand what they're doing.
I know what they're doing. I personally feel like they're going about it the wrong way. Especially like, I'm not saying the commercial is bad. Like the kids that they're using in the commercial, like those superhero commercial shit.
Yeah, those are cute, but
yeah, it is. But it's like, is it really necessary? You got the message across the very first time at the Counter's Cure. Every time I kept playing that freaking song that I have downloaded on my phone. The hell is it called? Let me see you cry.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what song I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you got the message across with that one, but now to me I don't personally like the way they're advertising it this year. By like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah. Other than that, anything else before we get to the actual shows of the week?
No, that's about it. Like I said, as you're talking, I've been sort of looking for this mask. I'm just like,
I got it. So, all right, Raw took place in Anaheim, and the main thing was actually there wasn't really no main thing
but I will say that
besides that's to be advertised.
Yeah, but I will say this. This Raw was pretty much Monday night shoot.
Yeah, because well, it's convenient you say that because it was the first Raw during the football season, so they probably had to pull out all the stops.
It does, and that's exactly what another friend of mine, said that they feel like that. Hey, this is the first Monday Night Raw game. We gotta do everything here.
And that's why Brock Lesnar was here tonight as well. But first things first. It was Jason Jordan versus Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns was telling John Cena last week, since it took you over 20 minutes to beat Jason Jordan, I could beat him way less time. So the match was scheduled. And I'm telling you, like when I was watching the match, the only thing I was paying attention to was the clock. I just want to see how full of shit he was. And I stand corrected. He was full of shit. This match did not end until like 8:24.
Yeah.
So
and the thing is, you should have known better. Because listen, we rag on Jason Jordan.
No, I know.
About the fact of like the storyline,
shit,
and everything that but it's not really his fault. It's kind of WWE's fault to put him in this idea of, hey, you're gonna be Kurt Angle's son. Okay, so we can't always put the whole blame on him. Most people don't like the storyline, and I would say they kind of calmed down on the whole thing of that's Kurt Angle's son. You know, like the back and forth exchanges or whatever. It kind of calmed down off of that. I will admit that.
Exactly.
But like I said, but I still expect the whole thing of Jason Jordan using his power to face people. But
I feel like it's gonna happen eventually.
yeah, but still, right now he's just wrestling some of the good people. And his match with John Cena was good. His match with Roman Reigns, what I won't say it was just as good.
Bad.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You know, it was an actual legit match. He actually held his own, and yeah, so
at least they're building up Jason Jordan. At least that's the one thing they're doing, regardless whatever the fuck he does after this. He can at least say, "Hey, I went toe to toe and stood my ground against John Cena and Roman Reigns." He has that to back himself up with. So there's that. So yeah, after the match, which we move on to the next segment, John Cena confronted him about it, and he said, "Yeah, dude, you're full of shit. Why did it take you?"
Here we go with the first.
This was good. But yeah, John Cena obviously firing back. He was like, dude, it took you more than 20 minutes. Roman Reigns, this guy, this guy.
Full of excuses.
He said, "Oh no, I was just having a great match. I had more." And then he made the comment, which is, this is Roman Reigns had no credibility anyway. But after this, he would never get any credibility. He said, quote, "I had more great matches in my 3 years here while you did in your whole career."
Yeah, and you know, I'm sitting here as he said that, and I'm sitting here, I'm just like trying to go through my head of the career of John Cena from episode 1 of John Cena's saga.
Yes,
when he was Goku Cena from when he faced Jackie Chan, also known as Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Going through all those years, even when he transformed to Super Cena, the Super Cena level 2. Yeah. For those who don't know, I compare Cena to Goku.
It's funny. I mentioned when me and my brother playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z today, the beta.
Wait, you have that?
Yes, we do.
Why am I not over your house?
No, first off, I realized that game told me something about my life. I really no. That game told me I should really start practicing more fighting games. Like if
you ever need help,
yeah.
I'm not the best, but
controls. I couldn't do I couldn't do the finishing moves and stuff because the way it was set up, you have to like diagonally turn the controller and then hit art. Like it was like, what the fuck?
I'm not the best, but if you want, I can help.
No, I'm probably gonna take some pointers because that fucking beta was something else.
I'm mad. I kind of got denied off that thing. Well, I mean, even though I don't even have a system, I was going to give it to a friend and just play over there. But I don't even have the.
No, because the only reason my brother has, he's part of the Xbox Live.
Yeah, and I did.
Premiere sneak peek thing.
Yeah, it's like all right. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, folks. Time's out on the wrestling thing for a second. Everyone, especially like in the FGC, especially with my friends, mainly had PS4 PS4s. The way PS4 had to do it, we all had to sign up for the beta, and then we had to wait for an email to let us know, hey, you've been selected for this beta. But the majority of us has gotten well, sorry, but you wasn't selected. I was included.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did see the picture on Facebook that you posted.
Yes, and so was the majority of the other people. There was a couple people who were selected. Oh, okay, that's fine. Fuck you. But then that's when you know, like, oh, by the way, Xbox, y'all all getting it anyway. Wait, what? So you're trying to say that we went through the struggle of emails, and y'all just like, yo, if we got Xbox, go ahead and play it.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
The game again, I have to practice. Obviously, I won't be ready to go online.
You're a lot better than me right now because I can't play it, and this is on PC. You think PC would at least gotten something? Nah.
Yeah, because I'll get fucking murdered. if I go online. But yeah, the reason I brought up because again, Goku, his moves are like kind of generic. I'm not gonna lie. My brother pointed out, he says moves kind of generic, and I said, I was like, yeah, because Goku is basically the John Cena of Dragon Ball Z. It's like, and it is true if you think about it. He somehow, Goku, no matter what, he somehow finds a way to win, even if the odds seem impossible.
Yep.
He is essentially, John Cena is essentially the Goku of WWE.
Yep, and that's exactly why I always make the joke. I always say that if anyone, people, those who are watching, if you turn on a John Cena versus Randy Orton match, any of the matches that he had, okay, you mute the audio, and then go on YouTube and find either an American or a Japanese Dragon Ball Z soundtrack, mainly when they're fighting, okay, and you play that while they're wrestling, it works.
Because Goku and Vegeta.
Okay, it legit works. So
they are.
But but anyway, so back to the point with Roman Reigns bullshit about saying that.
And even Davey, I loved how Davey's Twitter even quoted what he said, just so I could timestamp it. It was like this motherfucker.
It's like you said that came out of your. I mean, and here's the thing. I won't say I'm the biggest John Cena fan. You know, I've dealt with Cena hate, or I've hated Cena or anything. I won't say I hate Cena now. I respect him a little more because now even John Cena knows his bullshit. Okay, and I've been laughing about it. I'm like, wow, he's kind of breaking the fourth wall now.
The only wrestler to acknowledge his own gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like I think he is like literally the only wrestler to acknowledge what his gimmick is and how much full of shit it is. But it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like now it's like now I'm somewhat of a fan of him. And not also mention the man does, as of late, he has been putting on good matches. For a 40-year-old man, he does put on some very good matches. So you cannot hate on that fact.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
So anyway, the point of him saying to
Cena,
yeah, I have put on better matches than you have all your career. It's like, so are we talking about the matches you put on with the Shield? Because back then, most of it was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins that helped you out with it? Or was it some of the matches where you got booed? Was it some of the Raw matches where there was like one or two that was actually pretty good, but not really? Like, I'm trying to think.
The only good match Roman Reigns had in his recent career is with Styles, and it's not saying it was, and that's more had to do with because Styles was in the match.
Because it was Styles, it wasn't because of him. If anything, we all know Styles is carrying the match.
Yeah, that's the only reason. And I'll say his recent feud with Owens last year, but again, that has something to do with the other wrestler, not Roman Reigns. It had more to do so with the other wrestler carrying the match for the most part, and not Roman Reigns. But
exactly. So
he was full of shit.
So Mr. Reigns, the fuck you talking about?
Here's other people I can easily just summarize through John Cena's career. He had great matches with Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Edge, hell, even Batista, RVD, Randy Orton. Who can forget about that? Who can forget about CM Punk? Who can forget about Chris Jericho?
Hell, you know what? Even the Bitch Show.
Yeah, I didn't want to name him, but yeah, you are right.
He made the Bitch Show look good. You know what? I even go and to push it a little bit more, even with Braun Strowman.
Yes,
which was a match they had later on tonight because Cena knew what his goal was. It's just I'm gonna make Braun Strowman look good. I know we're pushing it a little bit, or like further down to the thing, but John Cena made Braun Strowman look good.
Especially,
Okay,
yeah.
from where Cena wouldn't. I mean, Roman wouldn't have done that.
Of course he won't. He's Roman. He lives in his own. That sentence that he made confirmed my whole theory. He lives in his own delusional little world. This guy lives in his own world. Like, what is this guy smoking? When he's spewing this BS out of his mouth. And that's why John Cena said, look, I don't even have to make you look stupid. You're already doing it yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and then they went back and forth again. I forgot, to be fair, I forgot all Roman Reigns' lines, if he even had any. What did he say? What did he say? No worries to Cena? I don't even remember. I'm not going to lie.
Me neither. Because I was too busy laughing at the fact of I had better matches than you.
But it was that one line that Cena said to Roman Reigns that killed him. It was at the very end, the most noteworthy line.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to put into words that you even understand. At no mercy, consider me like a drug test. You ain't getting past me.
I died.
Killed him. And it was that line that made me completely miss the Sasha Banks versus Emma match. No, I'm dead serious. I was still recovering from that. It's like, holy shit, they brought it up. And it's like, again, week after week after week, John Cena buries Roman Reigns, which makes me have to believe at no mercy, Roman Reigns has to win. There is no way.
Well, like I said, you say that, but in my opinion, like I said before, I feel like that they're still going. If things work out the way they probably will work out. My idea is that they're going to. I feel like Cena's going to win, and Cena's going to tell him, "I'm going away for a little bit, and I'm going to, I'm gonna be a part timer. I'm going away. You want me again? Get ready for some WrestleMania."
But
That's right. That's why I feel like what should happen probably won't happen, but that's why I think might happen.
But here's the thing. But if that's the case, Roman Reigns has to turn heel though after his loss against Cena. There's nothing
At this point right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point, I don't see for this particular match. I don't see heel versus face. I see Cena versus Roman Reigns.
And I do get your point. But it's like
because you can say, because at the end of the day, okay, this is, I won't say it's just as big ass, but at the end of the day, it's Hogan versus Warrior. Okay, they're both faces. No matter what happens at the end of this match, they're still going to be considered faces. Even if really Roman Reigns is not a face, but he's not a heel. He's whatever the fuck Roman Reigns is. But the fact is that the announcers still announce him as a face, so he's a face. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't see this as a face versus face match. This is a Cena versus Roman Reigns match.
And you're right. I mean, who would have thought like at a B-rank No Mercy pay-per-view literally has the most anticipated match of the year.
Yeah, and that's why I said that I feel like that something might happen.
It was never even meant to happen. Had Samoa Joe not been injured, it was never even meant to happen.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I feel like that he's going to tell him, like, yo, if you really want a good match, if you really want the best out of me, or I don't think this is the best out of you, whatever, blah blah blah, get ready. I'll see you in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the ending should be. Of course, I'm talking out my ass, so who knows? But
we will definitely see. So time will tell. But yeah. Moving on to the next segment. It was again Sasha Banks versus Emma. I barely really noticed because I was still recovering. All I know is that Sasha Banks won. Obviously, I feel like again that Emma keeps taking the pinfall. She may have a chance of winning. She keeps taking the pinfall.
Yeah, but also to the fact of
Why put her in the first place?
No, not really that. It's a fatal 4-way match. Anything goes. So she might come off with the sneak, like somebody got knocked out, pull them away, 1, 2, 3.
No, yeah, I do see your point. I mean, well, we will see because it's a fatal at No Mercy be a fatal 4-way. Alexa, Emma, Banks, and Nia. And speaking of that, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax was backstage. Alexa Bliss again. I don't know why she's trying to be friendly with Nia Jax. It's clearly that Nia Jax doesn't care about her anymore, and she even told her, "Hey, remember that match you always wanted between us? Well, we're finally going to get it next week." So next week it will be Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss 1-on-1.
Or as I like to call it, Pornhub.com/BBW cheerleader.
We will. I mean, hey, if it was in that role, that would make no sense.
Goth chick, hot topic.
Any predictions for that match?
I feel like it might be an interference.
It has to, because again, in a realistic setting, Nia Jax is going to win against Alexa Bliss. And I can't see the champion losing the last right before No Mercy. This is the last Raw before No Mercy, so it's like
I feel like might be an interference of some kind.
Yeah. Maybe Emma might come out or something. Emma might come out and attack Alexa just to cost Nia Jax a match, just so she can get her revenge for
attacking her. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I get. It's a long shot, but we will definitely see. But right after that women's match, we had the announcement of Asuka. She is making her main roster debut, and it will be with the Raw roster. So, any thoughts on that?
Can't say I'm not surprised. I was thinking SmackDown.
I thought it's interesting. Now, it's interesting you brought that up, because I was going to say that for SmackDown. But it's been reported that Triple H, this is completely unrelated. Triple H is frustrated on how they've been treating Finn Balor.
Well, yeah, because that's one of his people,
Yeah, and that's why he lobbied for Bobby Roode to be on SmackDown. If you remember, the day after SummerSlam, he was on Raw backstage, but at the last minute, he went to SmackDown instead. Yeah. He was backstage Raw. Triple H personally said, "No, I want this man on SmackDown. You will not do to him what you did to Finn Balor." And that's also the reason why Shinsuke Nakamura is also on SmackDown.
Which is sad. And so, with that said, do you see the Nets superstar shakeup? Do you see Finn Balor going to SmackDown?
Oh, of course. And I have no issue with that, because again, SmackDown really took a hit when they took Dean Ambrose, The Miz, and now even John Cena. It was like much later, but like they took their tops, and Bray Wyatt. It's funny, don't you find it a little hilarious? The SmackDown's main stars, they're not really being fully utilized, with the exception of The Miz.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt is exactly what I feared with when they were doing Bray. Again, on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt was I'm not saying he was a monster heel, but he was somebody to be fear of. He was a WWE champion for fuck's sake.
I like the fact that he was a WWE champion and
he never got his rematch.
No, he never got his rematch. It still gets to me.
So it's like, this is what I'm talking about. And that's the only reason why, because I read because Bray Wyatt going to Raw was a last minute decision. AJ Styles was supposed to go, but last minute they decided Bray Wyatt instead. But it's ridiculous just to think about all these stars. Like, that's why I even said there was no reason for a shakeup. That roster that Raw and SmackDown had could have lasted for another year. I feel like it could have. Because if you really think about it, the SummerSlam main event was the perfect example on why I say that.
Yeah.
The main event of SummerSlam had all the superstars that was already on the Raw roster. There was nothing really new. It was Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, and Samoa Joe, who recently came that year. But it was everybody who was on the Raw roster prior to 2017 in the main event. So it's like it's as if the shakeup didn't matter to Raw. They were still going to push the same people they already had on the roster. So with that being said, I just felt like obviously SmackDown was obviously taking a different approach to that, and so that's my point. They could have just kept the roster, and it would have still been fine. But for Asuka's case, that's the reason I brought it up. For Asuka's case, it is to enhance the Raw Women's division because they desperately need it, and I do agree with that. Because let's think about it for a second. Besides Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks storyline, what else exactly is happening with the rest of the women?
Not a goddamn thing.
Exactly.
You've actually been wondering where the hell Summer Rae is, and we still don't know.
Exactly. Like where the fuck is Summer Rae? Paige is we know the reason for Paige, but people like for fuck's sake, where's Dana Brooke? I mean, I know she's still probably I was about to say personal time because her boyfriend died, but she was at live events. But so is what exactly the Raw roster doing in the women's division? And on the other hand, there's multiple stuff going on. We have Natalya, we have Naomi chasing after Natalya, we have Carmella with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Always and with her with James Ellsworth, that's the whole thing. And we have Tamina versus Lana. I mean, not Tamina versus Lana, Tamina and Lana together. There's multiple things that are happening on the SmackDown roster for the women, and the Raw is literally only one thing.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And that's why Asuka. How do you book Asuka? That's the issue. She has to date. I'll tell this to my brother. The only way to book Asuka, her very first night, have it a gauntlet match with
and kill everybody.
And the last person is the champion. She wins the title. That's the only way you can. I can realistically see this.
Yeah, because like. What can you do?
With the exception of Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, she's beating everybody else on this roster. With the exception of those two people. So with that being said, I mean, because she beat Emma, she beat Dana Brooke, she beat Mickie James, she beaten Bayley twice, and she beat Nia Jax. The only two people she didn't beat was Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's going to be interesting, and I'm afraid what might happen.
Yeah, she's going to lose Alicia Fox.
She better the fuck not.
No, imagine. Just imagine her first match against Alicia Fox, and Alicia Fox wins. No. The crowd would that building would probably go in flames. That's a hardcore crowd that night. Yeah, they better hope the eyes not Philadelphia. That crowd will go in flames. I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to set the fire. I'm dead serious. That building.
I probably wouldn't say that too much.
I know it's too loud. But I'm just saying that Wells Fargo.
They might come back and watch this and say, "Hey, he actually said this."
Wow. But I'm just saying, whoever arena is that Asuka loses, just make sure you probably don't go back to that arena ever again, especially if it's someone to like Alicia Fox, because that's gonna be damning. Just imagine.
I don't even want to think that.
Like, holy shit. But anyway, up next is Brock Lesnar returning to voice his opinion on Braun Strowman. I love how they always advertise Brock Lesnar comes out and responds like to somebody, even though realistically we all know it's Paul Heyman. But I love how they always advertise it like that.
I guess that's a way. It's a way to get the people to, to respond, to watch your things, to tell them, hey, I have a little bit of breaking news, but wrestling oriented, but yeah, it's like it's a little bit of a way to get them to watch. Hey, don't you like Brock Lesnar? Well, he's here. Come watch us, please.
It works. It works.
It does work. It works every time. So.
But it's just realistically,
and especially now that he's with Braun Strowman, it's making it even better.
So Paul Heyman came out and was talking about how, again, Braun Strowman, again, he's not going to deny this is literally the toughest challenge that Brock Lesnar has ever faced. But when he's backed into a corner, just like in this is where he was referencing UFC, he was saying how, again, he's ready to fight. And he's like, basically, Paul Heyman was like doing like the UFC type thing. He was like, fight already, right? He was basically taunting Braun Strowman to come out. And when he said fight, Braun Strowman actually did come out. I was expecting none of these two to clash each other again until next week's Raw, but he did it this week, I guess, again because of the football.
Yeah.
So he came.
Not to mention, doesn't Braun have like a big match next week?
Exactly. No, well, yeah, I think he does. No, was it this week against John Cena?
No. It was last week. I mean, it was this past Monday. But I think they have him scheduled for a bigger match.
Oh, I know nothing about it.
I think I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, they haven't announced it, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely say. But yeah. So that happened.
You know what? I think I want to. So that's it. This is actually WWE related. I don't know if I should.
No,
I'll do it right now. So a little bit of breaking news. This is going back to the Mae Young Classic. For those who watch the Mae Young Classic and know who Princess Shookit or Shookit. I don't know if you saw that wrestler.
I know who she is. Yes.
All right, she was in Mae Young Classic. Well, she lost a mass versus mass match at CMLL's 84th anniversary show in Mexico City. She lost the match, and for those who don't know, in Mexico, you have a mass versus mass match. The loser has to take off their mask and reveal themselves to everyone. This is what she looks like.
Holy shit! Hold on. Wow.
And apparently, for what this says, Shookhead faced off against Zeus's. I'm butchering her name. In a 2 out of 3 falls match at the CMLL 84th anniversary show in Mexico City, and lost after she was hit with a Spanish fly from the top rope. Princess is now the first woman to lose her mask on a CMLL anniversary show.
Huh. Well, I mean, hey, that's how she look. Cool.
Yeah, so that happened. Apparently, I think this happened not too long ago because this is. Well, I mean, I don't know what time it is in Mexico City, but this has happened not too long ago.
It must have happened within the 24 hours.
Yeah, the story was breaking today.
Yeah, so probably even less. I'll say probably within the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know where that goes. I don't know when wrestlers lose their mask, where do they go?
Well, she wasn't the ones that was signed. I know you was reading off earlier about those who are
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she wasn't signed to WWE, so it's like, I don't.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to make a difference unless she's goes by a different name, still wrestling. Because most people who wrestle. Most people who wrestle, like Juventud Guerrero, so often, even though he's back wearing the mask, but remember that he also lost his mask against Chris Jericho years ago, and he was wrestling without his mask, for a good couple of years. So some people will still,
like for example, El Generico wrestles currently in WWE, so
yes.
So there's that.
See.
Yes. And in all seriousness, I get your point. Because again, remember that short period or that alternate universe in WWE where they was literally throwing anything at the fucking wall to see what's stuck. I know what I'm referring to is Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. Remember those days?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so
if they call it Sin Cara versus Sin Cara Negro.
Yes. Oh my God. No, it was Sin Cara Aqua versus Sin Cara Negro. I swear to God, that's what they call it. What the? That was WWE in 2011.
That was 2011.
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Those are the days. Those are the days where The Miz was there where John Morrison was main eventing pay-per-views. It was a weird R-Truth main event. It was a weird time in WWE. R-Truth main event in the pay-per-view. Yeah. Interesting. But going back on topic, we had where were we at? Yeah, so back to Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar. When Braun Strowman came out, he obviously it was Trading Bulls. The best part of this whole fight thing that happened was Brock Lesnar did a German suplex, and literally within a half a second, Braun Strowman got up. Sold the shit out of that. And the shock on Brock Lesnar's face, it's like holy shit.
Like I never seen
never seen anything like that before.
I never seen fear on Brock Lesnar's face.
Yeah,
in my life, and not even with. Well, okay, I lie because you do have the Undertaker, But then again, it wasn't really safe. There's two types of fears. I mean, you're already going to be afraid the Undertaker does something Undertaker eat. So there's that. But this is not the Undertaker. This is Braun Strowman, who, he's the monster among men. He's still human. He doesn't have the powers like the Undertaker does. So when Braun Strowman does a German suplex, you're expecting
the person to stay down.
To stay down and hurt and everything. Nah.
Yeah, and for those wondering, this was the face. This right there, Brock Lesnar has the face of fear right there. Look at him. Yeah, no, I legit never seen. Yeah, it's like you can feel it.
It's like okay, I compare that to, and I've said this before. I compare it to Doomsday versus Superman. Okay. Brock Lesnar is Superman right at this moment. Even though Braun Strowman has a Superman tattoo. But Braun Strowman right now, Braun Strowman is Doomsday. And you look at that, and for those who probably read the Doomsday Superman comic, The Death of Superman, as my cousin liked to call him, and shout out to my cousin, Spike the Iceman. I follow him on Twitch TV as Spike the Iceman. He does Destiny too. To quote him, Brock Lesnar is known as Murder Man. He's been calling him that ever since he's been doing the German suplex. He also been calling him that since he threw that car door and hit somebody's kid.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But this, he's like, Braun Strowman is another level.
Yeah. Remember Braun Strowman, he literally with his own body took off a fucking ambulance door.
Yeah, it's like
when he was trying to attack Roman Reigns. He was like, I'm not finished with you. And then he took off the fucking door.
He took off the whole door.
Holy shit. It's like, holy shit.
And here's another thing. You know what's actually funny and about Strowman? Strowman, as you know, is kind of a funky word saying strongman. He actually is a strongman. He's actually he competed in strongman competitions.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah. Like if you look on, remember I showed you his Instagram?
Yeah.
Anything. Like if you scroll down, I was reading a little bit of his stuff earlier, and he was talking about how he was backstage on Raw. He invited one of his old competitors, or like rivals and competitors, for the strongman competition. And it's like this guy used to be one of those strongmen, the same people like Mark Henry. These are the people who used to pull trucks. When they have heavy behind strings and pull big behind tires, or full trucks, or how fast can you rip a dictionary or a phone book in half in less seconds and stuff like that. Those are the kind of people that's where Mark Henry got the whole World's Strongest Man gig from, because he was a part of that thing back in the 90s. Braun Strowman was also a part of the strongman competition. So, that's a little bit riff of the name, strongman.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's just like this man used to be in strongman competition.
It's something else, and it's like again,
Brock Lesnar, Brock is Brock, but Brock is not a strong man.
He's never fought somebody like this before.
No, so I actually have a theory about what might happen. I've said this before, and I think because of certain circumstances, it's going to happen. The pay-per-view that I will say when we do our
yeah. But I mean, we'll say our predictions obviously for next week. But.
Yeah, but I have a. Should I say it now or should I? I'll say it now.
I mean, well, yeah, go ahead.
I'll say it now because I'm going to reiterate just in case. And you can kind of look at Paul Heyman's face.
Yeah, you saw his face. It looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah. I've said this back with Samoa Joe, and it didn't happen, but I feel like it didn't happen because Samoa Joe got injured. I think Paul Heyman might trade on Brock Lesnar.
I can see it.
For Braun Strowman because it's like, okay, that's Brock.
Yeah.
But this is Strowman. And like he hasn't seen anyone take down. I mean, yeah, Samoa Joe took down.
I know he took down, yeah.
But but this is like
physically manhandle. No, think about when was the last time? I'm not counting Goldberg, that wasn't necessarily manhandling. But when was the last time somebody actually manhandled Brock Lesnar? Like he's a regular superstar.
Like he's a regular superstar. No, like Brock Lesnar throughout his whole career has always, in his whole wrestling career, except for like a couple of matches, I would probably say probably the Kurt Angle WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar has been put as
the dominant,
the overdog. Versus how most people are the underdog facing him. This is probably one of the, I would say the first time because technically Samoa Joe was the underdog going in against Brock, but this is like
officially,
yeah. I feel like he is actually the underdog going up against Braun Strowman.
It is because, and it's also, again, the fact that Braun Strowman has this speed where he should not be moving that fast in the ring and be that agile remember, he do a fucking kick up, yo.
Yes.
It's like
more things you don't see on TV that you'll see on WWE live events.
Yeah.
Man can actually do a kick up.
Yes, it's like it's scary. Imagine him doing a fucking suicide dive outside the rope.
I don't want to.
I'm like, I mean,
I'm pretty sure he's not.
But I'm just saying, like, if he's capable of doing like a kick with his size and him doing a drop kicks and stuff.
And that's the thing. He can actually do drop kicks. He's done. I've seen that.
Missile drop kicks. Missile drop kicks, and it's like. Brock Lesnar for the first time is the underdog in the match, and he's the champion.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like this might be. I mean, for those who probably don't know, it has happened before. Heyman has screwed Lesnar before.
It's been so many years.
But he has done it. But I feel like this might happen. Okay.
This is going under the assumption Braun Strowman will remain a heel after this.
Who knows? He might actually have a bit of the Brock flavor because
right now I know right now in my eyes he's a face.
I won't say okay, so you say that. I won't say he's a face. I hate quoting Reigns on this, but
like he's just Braun Strowman,
yeah.
It's true.
He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's Braun Strowman. It's like, all right. So as you say that, there are some wrestlers, okay, that are like, like they don't really necessarily resonate the face heel because and even if they consider themselves as a heel. And that's the thing that's different with wrestling now than it has been back in my time. Remember, because I hate bringing this back up, but remember, I'm older than you. Back then, when you're a heel, you're a heel. There are not that many people who like you and everything like that, or there's a lot of people who hate you. And to be honest, the heel merchandise back then didn't sell as much, and they expected it. Like Rick Rude had a fan base, but those are the people who like the older crowd who likes Rick Rude, so they'll have a T-shirt here and there. Versus someone like Hulk Hogan who has T-shirts, toys, um, replica bandanas, et cetera, or the Ultimate Warrior that has all of these stuff, plastic masks, strings, body suits, shirts. I had all of them, but stuff like that, like those generate money. Here it is now. You can be a heel
and still
sell merchandise,
i.e. Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, The Miz lately, as apparently, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to tell at this moment who is the heel. And for example, when we get to it later, The Miz.
Yeah, I know. Miz. I'm starting to think Miz is slowly turning into a face.
He would have to do something that would take him back to a heel moment. But for this particular night, isn't that the next segment? Isn't that the next segment anyway?
Well, yeah. No, wait. Well, the segment isn't next. It's The segment. No, wait, what were you saying?
I was saying I wanted to talk about the Miz. I didn't know if that was in that segment.
No. We have we actually have a few more things to talk about.
Okay. No, right. So I'll just give it a little sneak thing. With the Miz, that night, he's usually a heel. That night, he was a gentrified face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for that one night. Monday, he would have to do something that will put him back to heel status.
Exactly.
Because Monday night, he actually had cheers more than boos because of what he did.
And the other superstar, he usually, even though I'm shocked he was still getting cheered at this point, finally for his first time heard some boos.
Yeah.
Just because Miz was completely justifying what he was saying. So, yeah.
But I want to get into that.
When we get into that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, So with that being said, with Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar's the underdog. We'll see what happens next week. I don't know if Brock Lesnar is at. Well, I could do one quick search. Is Brock Lesnar advertised for Raw and San Jose? And the answer is nope. So he won't even be at this Raw. So
who?
Brock Lesnar, he's not advertised.
No. Oh yeah, I don't think he was either.
Yeah, so that's weird. To end his last appearance on Raw before pay-per-view as being like destroyed, basically.
I'm pretty sure they'll do something where it's like, maybe Paul Heyman might have to say something.
Yeah, well, obviously, I expect Paul Heyman to at least be here, but yeah, that's something else, huh? But yeah, any final thoughts on that segment before we move on?
Nah.
Yeah, it's just Braun Strowman. He might be the Universal Champion. Come No Mercy. Next one, you see, when WWE, this is my opinion, when WWE actually care they can get something right. At first, I thought this was just simply going to be a whatever fucking match this was going to be between Bray Wyatt and Goldust. But this actually has some meaning to it. What I mean by that is Goldust came out and then Bray Wyatt cut a promo back there saying how, again, he's just simply a man. There's nothing mythical to you. And then he fought Goldust and he beat him. And he did something symbolistic. He rubbed off, rather than attack him after that, he did something even worse. He rubbed off his paint. To me, I thought that was actually effective because, again, he was telling see, he's just a man. This Goldust Bizarre character, he's just simply a man. I mean, obviously we know the person who's under Goldust is Dustin Rhodes. But the point he was trying to get against is that, again, he's simply just a man. And that's when Finn Balor came out, and he tried to help out Bray Wyatt, but then he tried to help out Goldust, Bray Wyatt already left. And yeah, because at No Mercy, it's going to be Finn Balor. When I say Finn Balor, since I have to classify this now, since WWE officially does, it's just regular Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, not the Demon, which they are the same fucking person.
Yeah, I know it gets me too. I legit just don't get it.
They're the same fucking person. And now I understand where Triple H has come from, why he is so frustrated. Because this is fucking stupid. This is so fucking... His war paint... It was simply war paint in NXT. He didn't act... His mannerisms didn't change in the ring. Or whatever. Yes, he had the flashy entrance, but that was it. He literally acted like Finn Balor just with paint. That's it. But now they're treating him as two different people. Give it... Again, I'm calling it one of the big four pay-per-views for left. There, he's gonna be Finn Balor versus Demon Finn Balor. Oh my god!
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at you that you.
Yeah, because you realize that's it's gonna be at WrestleMania.
Because you reminded me of the fact that there was a guy that everyone kept saying he looks like Finn Balor, and I told my friend this. So sometimes my friend, not the same guy that I told you,
what's his name?
No, not him. His name is Adam.
Okay.
But his real name is Adam. I was talking about my coworker, and I was saying, the podcast last week, my co-host reminded me something that back then we had a guy that looks like Finn Balor. He's like, yeah, I remember him. It's like, yeah. Now I gave him a match scenario, and he looked at me the same exact way I looked at you.
Because it's a strong possibility. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that they can easily just get him and make him be the Demon. And then Finn Balor has to literally and physically fight his demons.
I hope not.
Jesus Christ, I know. But yeah, so there was that. So I mean, I at least just add another layer to the feud because Bray Wyatt is just trying to point out, this is still fucking ridiculous in the first place. That that Finn Balor is just the man. That demon thing, at the end of the day, Finn Balor cannot beat Bray Wyatt. And that's what he's trying to prove, which whatever helps the story, that's all I can say. I still think it's fucking. You could have easily.
I hope it's the end of the.
Oh no, it's not. Don't you dare think it's not. It's not the end. Cause I feel like I feel like at Survivor Series, if that is gonna be their blow off match or something like that. I feel like what's gonna happen is the next pay per view is TLC. I feel like it's gonna happen. Finn Balor's gonna be wearing half the demon and half himself.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, I see it. He's trying to. It's gonna be a hand. Yeah. Oh God, it's gonna be a tag match. It's gonna be Bray Wyatt and somebody versus. Oh God.
Can we just go to the next topic? I'm tired.
Yes. Moving on to what was originally supposed to be Cesaro and Sheamus versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson ended up being a no contest because. Instead, Cesaro and Sheamus decided to, for once, they actually stopped their entrance. But it seems that
that was actually pretty funny to watch. It's like, hey, look over there.
Right? Yeah, that was I found out hilarious. They literally stopped their entrance midway just to talk trash against Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. So they started to brawl. The Gallows and Anderson started to brawl, and all three of them was fighting. And later in the night, which was the main event. It was going to be a 8-person tag, Gallows Anderson and Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins versus whoever they can find. Again, what I trying to understand from WWE, if they keep focusing on Gallows and Anderson, why not put them in the fucking tag match at No Mercy?
I feel like something's going to happen in No Mercy, and because it kind of I have this feeling that it's why you're going to announce it Monday. I still think that there's going to be a 4-way match
with the Hardys.
With the Hardys added, and because they keep adding them in there and stuff like that. And then, as we know what the main event was, we haven't announced it yet, but I just feel like that's going to happen. They're going to announce it next Monday.
They have to, because it's like, again, that'll be Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy is not focused on the pay-per-view. They'll just be either relegated to the kickoff show, which wouldn't make sense. They're all so it's like here's why I can see I can see your point happening. I can see next week the Hardy Boys come out and say, hey, we pinned the former tag team. I mean, well, not them, but we was on the winning side on the match, basically, so we should get a shot at the titles as well. And then Gallows Anderson comes out, and then Cesaro and Sheamus and Kurt Angle announced to be fatal. It just makes sense. Only solely if not the Hardys, at least Gallows and Anderson. Otherwise, their involvement in this is fucking pointless.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, if they're not part of the tag team championship match at No Mercy, this was all for nothing, in my opinion. But yeah. And then again, the best man alive in the next segment, Elias Sampson comes out. He did his this is his world tour. What I find more interesting is the shirt itself. I mean, I like the shirt, but did you ever look at the back of the shirt?
You said this before when you said that it actually has like dates.
Yes, and the date that it ends on is, if I can look at it, the date that it ends on is 11/27.
You think something happened there?
Which is the week after Survivor Series. That seems like it's a symbol for it. I'm just saying, like, it's weird because the second to last day is Survivor Series. So it's like, why would you, if anything, you would end it on a big pay-per-view like.
Okay, now before ladies and gentlemen, my co-host here has to come up with these crazy theories about certain things.
No, I'm just saying, I just find that significant. No, there's no theory here or anything this time. But yeah, it's just but don't you find that weird? They could have ended.
I didn't know that I didn't know that there was an end date. You know, I didn't know there was. I remember you saying.
Yeah, all the dates listed on here are every week that they go to Raw. I just find it weird how they decided to end the T-shirt. They could end the T-shirt at any date. They decided to end it the week after Survivor Series.
I mean, no, maybe that might be when he has a new shirt.
Yeah, probably. They might as well make another one.
I don't know.
And then he forgot. Then he fought someone I completely forgot was on the fucking roster, Kalisto.
You're right. I heard that music.
I forgot. I thought it was a new NXT superstar debuting.
No, I knew what the music was. I remember what the music was. I'm just like,
you forgot.
I'm like, huh?
Like, again, I thought the purpose of moving Kalisto to Raw was to put him in the cruiserweight division. I don't get it. I understand people like Finn Balor, who's not part of the cruiserweight division, because you see, but this would be saying this will kind of downplay cruiserweight division. He's a main eventer. I'm not implying that the cruiserweights aren't main eventers, but at least in WWE's eyes, they're not. I don't believe in that, but obviously Finn Balor is booked differently. But for Kalisto's sake, what the fuck? Why is he not in the cruiserweight division?
I don't have an idea.
Well,
you would think that, but for some reason.
Well, I mean, it's funny that I mention that because the segment involving the Miz is like it threw my head off so much in terms of what happened afterwards. It's just like, what happened? I'm confused with what WWE is trying to tell us. I mean, I'll explain more when we get to that segment. Okay. But yeah, obviously Elias Sampson squashed Kalisto. So any thoughts on that?
Hey, Kalisto, how you been? That's pretty much all I feel like. It's like, you're right. Like, where were you at? Most of the time, actually, to tell you the truth, And I say this because he travels with them and everything. It's like I don't know what happened between the Titus brand.
It might have disbanded after Kira lost or something.
No, they're still around because here, but like I said, once again, I do follow Akira Tozawa on Apollo Crews on Twitter. Apollo Crews is actually a little more exciting than you think he is on TV. By the way,
personality. That's why I call him Mr. Personality.
But as you know, Akira Tozawa and Apollo Crews are best friends. They're also friends with Kalisto, so they all hang out. And then when you have Titus O'Neil, he actually hangs out with them as well. So they're actually travel buddies.
It's so
and everything. So it's like, no, they didn't disband. It's just like you just don't know.
They're getting ready for whatever Bullet Club size to come. They're gonna pump this out against them.
Because it's like they kind of did like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo of, okay, which one of y'all I'm going to use to get beat up by Elias?
Yes.
Well, Akira, you're a cruiserweight, so no.
Maybe we might be on to something. I feel like next week if he faces Apollo, then okay, this is obviously turning into something.
I don't want to go into that.
Maybe Titus might he's trying to get Elias into the group, so then maybe he's trying to get like a music deal or something. He needs Elias. I don't know. They could turn this. The thing with WWE, which they failed to realize, they could turn any match into it can have a meaning to it. Like this this one-off like jobber match could mean something.
Like a tryout.
Yeah, whatever. Like this could actually turn into something to make fans actually care. Because what makes fans care are storylines. Whether they're good or bad, at least it'll be somewhat like they'll be invested into the match. So, like, say if I watch, so like for example, when I used to watch the perfect, I guess Braun Strowman at the time. When I used to watch Braun Strowman, I was like, oh, okay, I know he's fighting a jobber. That's it. Then they added Sami Zayn to it, and it actually meant something.
Yeah.
So it's like it was just Elias Sampson just fighting the one-off, obviously not jobbers, but yeah, they are jobbers. Let's not kid ourselves here. They are like make it turn into something. So with Kalisto, this could turn into something. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right, and you're absolutely right. But maybe.
Nah, I know I might be thinking too much.
No, you could be, but you never know sometimes because maybe because like I said, the fact that they brought Kalisto in, you never know. Maybe that's
in the first place. It must. We will see. We will see.
Because I was gonna say because another thing, Elias doesn't necessarily have a rivalry. He doesn't really have anything. Like he's one of the people in the Raw roster right now who doesn't necessarily have a set storyline.
His last story was against Finn Balor.
Yeah, but right now he doesn't really have anything, so he's just wrestling just to be wrestling. I mean, he wasn't even on Raw last week, so here he is now. So you never know. Maybe he might fight Apollo Crews Monday. Maybe something else might happen. Who knows? So maybe you're not too far off.
Exactly. Yeah. So we will definitely see. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Braun Strowman and John Cena match, but then after that, we'll take a break because that's the whole Miz and Maurice thing. So I know you probably won't go in depth on that one.
Not too much in depth, but I do have something to say.
Yeah. So okay.
It won't be too long.
Yeah. So let's talk about this real quick. John Cena versus Braun Strowman, which I thought was originally going to be the main event because it sounds like a main event. It wasn't. Yeah. So, that was weird of them.
Well, it's probably one of those things, and I've said this before. Sometimes with Cena, even though last week he said, hey, when he kind of mentioned hey, I was the first match of SummerSlam. I kind of feel like that, and being to the fact of, I don't think he went across the seas with them. Maybe he had to leave at a certain time to catch a certain flight to, go somewhere. So you look at it at the fact of because as we all know right now they're traveling.
Exactly.
Some people who wrestled who have wrestled and everything had to leave at a certain time so they can get ready for things. It's actually something I have on Instagram. Some people I follow. Some of the people who already wrestled, they already left their stuff, and most of them actually um took a helicopter from one area to the airport just so they can catch a flight over to where they have to go where they're at right now.
Mhm.
So some of them is like some of them was pretty much like, all right, let me do this match now. My flight leaves at this time. Now for Cena, I don't think Cena went over, but maybe Cena wanted to do his match early so he can get on a flight so he can go somewhere, maybe do another show or a recording of something. Who knows? You know,
No, and you're right. You're right. Which is probably the reason why. Hence why Brock Lesnar, if you notice, Brock Lesnar segments never end the show for the most part.
yeah, exactly.
Probably has somewhere to go, and that's at his house. In his case, because obviously Brock Lesnar doesn't care.
He has to go back to his
So,
farm.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so John Cena brought Brock. It was an interesting match. Again, Cena, and this was something though. I was really intrigued because, like, again, I know Cena fought big men before. He fought Big Show. He fought Great Khali for fuck's sake. He fought Umaga. He fought these big people before. But how about a big person who's actually capable of doing the same exact thing you're doing? And that was Braun Strowman. So it was an interesting match. And I feel like this was the best way to end it because they didn't want none of these two superstars to lose momentum heading into their big matches. So DQ was the best way of doing this.
Yes, it was.
Because
Because
yeah,
I mean, like I said, it's like it's a little bit. Like I said before, it's a mixture. You say Braun Strowman is a heel. He wasn't a heel. He was Braun Strowman because people was cheering at the fact if this was Cena, if this match happened circa like 2003, 2004, yes, Strowman would have been booed.
exactly.
This is a different time now. People was actually cheering. Not, and I'm not just saying that because people don't like Cena, even though it's probably half the truth. But excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. So I had spaghetti. So give me a second. Hopefully you'll stop it. Okay. So it's not like Cena is not light. It's just that they're amazed at the fact of what can this man do.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what he did.
Yeah, and so the way they ended the match was Braun Strowman. It's funny, even Corey Graves pointed this out. He was like, the rest of the ring the bell the first time because Braun Strowman hit him with the steel steps outside the ring. Referee didn't ring the fucking bell. If you actually remember, he didn't ring the bell at all.
Yeah.
And he waited until Braun Strowman slammed Cena onto the steel steps, and then he rung the bell. It's like, you're trying to tell me you didn't see that steel step shot outside the ring, ref?
Apparently, it's been said that sometimes referees like to let it go before they instantly disqualify people now.
Well then I guess
That's what has been said.
But yeah, because the fact that Corey Graves always points out when somebody fucks up and just acknowledges it. But yeah, because he legit didn't call the bell when Braun Strowman hit Cena with the steel steps outside. But yeah, so yep, at least this protected. I mean, this ending protected both men, but at the end of the day, it did make Braun Strowman again look like a beast, and he definitely needs that against Brock Lesnar, which he already looks dominant over Brock Lesnar. Now for him to destroy John Cena like that, even though he didn't win the match in the record book, Cena did win the match via disqualification. But I'm just saying, obviously, the last person standing was Braun Strowman. So, any final thoughts?
No, you pretty much said it in the fact that you had to protect them.
Exactly. All right. So, with that being said, guys, we'll be coming back. I'll take like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes?
Give it 5.
All right. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm just going to give me a cup of water and yeah. So, we'll be back, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I am back. Instead of water, I got a Coke. So we're just waiting until Ron comes back.
I ain't going nowhere.
Gotcha.
I was just reading something about.
What happened?
It was not wrestling related, but let's see. I'm just gonna go into the timeline of this week. This all happened in a week.
What happened?
Okay. PewDiePie.
Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah. So he said the N-word. It was reported on the 10th. He said the N-word in one of the streams. 2 days later, which would be the 12th, he apologized.
Mm-hmm.
2 days after that, he almost said it again.
What?
Yes. He almost said it again on the 15th. He like legit, and he admitted it. Because he was playing something, and he was like, "My Nick, say, man, I even send you this thing because it has a Twitter link to it. But I'll send you the site." He almost says it again, and then he admits he almost said it again.
You see, now at this point, the first time I could have let it go when it's like, okay, obviously people say stuff, but if you're about to say it again publicly, it's like this. What this tells me, he says he
says it too many times. He says it often, and
yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. He obviously is comfortable saying this word.
Yeah, he really is. And the thing that gets me, is that you bullshit your way through a apology video.
Exactly.
Okay, and then it took you not even because I joked around with my concert junkie people. I joke around and said, I give it 5 months before he says it again. It was 2 days.
So yeah, again, this tells me he obviously says it off camera a lot. Because again, the fact that he could easily just bring it up.
It's like, dude, you're just destined to say it. Maybe you should just, I don't know, not stream it. Because here's my thing. I understand the fact of, and I'm probably going to get some type of hate from this, and I don't care. I understand that some people are going to defend him, but for what? Especially to the fact that he sat there and apologized. Okay, he made a video apologizing about what he said. All right, so okay, and no, we're not going to forget that. Us as African Americans, we're not going to forget what he said.
I know.
Okay. And frankly, for me, I don't give two shits about PewDiePie. I don't even know why he's still even fucking relevant, in my opinion. Okay, there are better live streamers.
To understand how did he become the most subscribed YouTuber?
Because
I'm trying to.
There are things that he does and everything that's apparently somewhat funny, and people find it funny, whatever, and blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't watch him.
Subscribe to him.
Yeah, people subscribe to him. I mean, he is one of the most successful YouTubers out there.
I can understand 1 million, but 50 million.
It's something that he does. But my thing is this: he's a known racist, and then the first time he should have stopped, but he continued to do it. I mean, for instance, Maximilian, he's a fighting game. He does like mainly fighting games and stuff like that. He made a mistake and said the N-word. Even though he didn't really try to say it, it kind of just slipped out. Okay? Mm-hmm. But he publicly apologized. The man damn near cried. Okay? Because he legit has black friends who you have seen, if you watch some of Maximilian's videos, have actually been on his videos and everything. So he legit has black friends. So he legit cried. Like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm a racist or anything like that. It's something that just slipped. Okay, and I apologize. It would never happen again. And the fact of the matter is, he kept to his word. You look at someone like PewDiePie, who said there, he said it out of anger. Okay, because someone shot him or someone got away from him shooting him, and he said it out of anger. Okay, and then 2 days later, you made this bullshit ass apology saying I'm stupid. I should have never said it. Blah blah blah. And then the 15th, when this tweet came up, when they recorded him playing this game, almost said it again. Almost slipped out of your mouth after you already made an apology video. Maybe you should just not do nothing no more. Maybe you should stream in silence. Maybe you should have somebody else talk for you. Okay? Because it's like, I don't know. And the thing, I don't even know why I care so much. It's not really the fact to be caring. I laugh at it because it's like you sat there with that bullshit as apology about how you're gonna be a better person, and then a day later, oh, almost said the N word again, guys. Huck, huck, huck. Let's continue playing the game.
I mean, the way I look at it is this should, but the way I look at it is like this doesn't. Yeah, he might be in the limelight right now in a bad light, but this will go away in a couple of days because again, he's the most subscribed person on YouTube. Regardless, I know Maker Studios dropped him.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is that people are going to drop him. People are already dropping him,
and he still is. He is still the most popular person because I feel like obviously YouTube gets a cut of his revenue. He makes them. I'm pretty sure YouTube makes the most money off of him. So with that being said, just imagine YouTube like just terminating his channel. You know how much money they'll lose of all those advertisers.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a situation where it's like, yes, we know he's wrong and we know he's an asshole, but this asshole kind of like Roman Reigns, if you really think about it. Yes, we know this guy's an asshole and it's whatever, but we have to put him in the limelight just because he starts the most controversy, regardless if it's wrong or not.
I guess.
That's one way to look at it. I mean, it's like, yes, we know this guy's an asshole, but he makes us a lot of money. So what can we do? And from a business perspective, I get it. I completely understand. But it's like, you have to do something with that guy. And I don't know what, but something. But with that being said, yeah. Moving on to the segment that maybe.
With that being said, fuck him. Anyway.
Yeah, no. I don't know to this day why he is the most subscribed person, but it blows my mind. But moving on to the segment that made me scratch my head the most. Miz TV with Enzo Amore. First things first, I gotta say congratulations. Miz and Marisa are expecting their first child.
Yeah, that was actually surprising.
Yes. And you can tell it was real because again they literally just stopped and
you know how real it was? It was so real that they actually already used them in the match.
Yes. And it's like, holy crap. But we will talk about that. Yeah, so Miz and he was talking about, they were actually talking about their child and whatnot, but out comes Enzo Amore. And he interrupted him, and then the Miz was probably legit pissed. And he went off on him. And again,
I have a bit of a theory.
Go ahead.
Do you think that they actually set him up?
Who, Enzo?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because it kind of felt like a setup.
Get shocked. And you saw he was about to cry again.
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, it legit felt like
the truth hurts.
Yeah, I like. Okay, you can legit see him. Like this was in the script. Like you can. Okay, so I watch a lot of comedy shows, or whatever, and most of the comedy shows usually sometimes it can be improv. And most of the time when it's improv, it's like you're kind of like deer in the face, or deer in the headlights, I might say. So you don't know what might go on, especially if it's improv. You don't know what might be going on. You don't know if you want to say the next thing or anything like that. Blah 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 blah. Wrestling most of the time can be like that. They have a script, but sometimes if the script doesn't go or something happens, they have to improv a little bit. Same thing goes on with matches. Same thing goes on with segments. So, in a sense, when I say I feel like Enzo was set up, even though I really don't care, I feel like he was set up as bringing the fact of, okay, this is what you're going to do. He's going to make this announcement, okay? And you're going to go out there and you're going to interrupt him while he's doing some poem and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then, Enzo's going to, cut some things, say some things about you, and then you're going to say some things about back with him, and then you're going to fight. Okay? By break. And I feel like they might have had a different script when they practiced this.
Yeah.
Versus versus what really happened. Because what really happened was The Miz pretty much telling the truth about what's been going on backstage wise that Enzo has been doing with the fact that he's been kicked out of locker rooms, the fact that he's been kicked out of the WWE tour bus and everything. And the thing that actually got me, okay, because when he said that, I was saying to myself, wow, Pac calling the color black. I mean, Miz, this has happened to you. But then the Miz actually said, this is coming from me. And that right there was just like, oh.
Yeah.
When he's like, this is coming from me. Okay? I have dealt with this. I have, things happen to me backstage or anything like that. I wasn't liked by a whole bunch of people. But you know what I did? I earned their respect. You haven't done that yet. And it's like, man, okay, we actually are getting somewhat real here.
And it really got me the most, which did confirm. I know it's one of these things where it's like, I know it's true, but it's like, come on. And that's why Miz was saying, he was like, you brought up so much stuff to you that you had to go to the cruiserweight division because there was nowhere else for you to go. References like that, it's like, again, this is making it sound like the cruiserweight division. And Miz did try to put the cruiserweight division over. He said cruiserweight division is where people.
And I feel like he did because and he's right because it's like everything he said was right because when you think about it, okay, they put you on the cruiserweight division because in a sense they kicked him out of the locker room. He needs a locker room. Let's put him to the cruiserweights. But even then, the cruiserweights are still better than you. And he said that these people on 205 Live are doing high flying things, and you're just
running your mouth. Essentially,
you're just running your mouth. And he even said, "You think you're on the lines of Neville?"
No, he's not on the Neville. He should have given him the reference. You're not on the Neville level.
He probably wanted to, but I feel like he was
it would have took the promo seriously.
Yeah, I feel like he just wanted to get the point across to him. Like, you're not liked. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're not liked at all. But
and yeah, you saw Enzo legit tear. Like he was about to cry. So I do actually agree with you when you said I don't think Enzo realized what was gonna be said. And hey, the truth hurts. That's the saying goes. And you could tell Enzo really felt like shook by what he said.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like that wasn't what they planned when they talked about. And yes, he did. Enzo did come back with the whole thing of, "Oh, you still the moves from Daniel Bryan and Ric Flair," but it's been said. And I feel like that. And I feel like this is, like I said, that's why I feel like this was sort of pre-planned because maybe him saying that would have worked if they kept the original script.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Enzo had to stick with the script, yeah.
Yes, because Enzo pretty much Enzo pretty much probably had nothing to say because yes, Wichicom is the Miz is I won't say the best actor. He's doing these other things, but he's you know he knows how to improv. As I said before, most wrestling is about improv. This also shows that Enzo, even though he's a fast thinker in most cases, not necessarily a good improver. Because if he was a good improver, he would have said something on the lines of, something like he would have said something else.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, you bringing this up about me right now and everything. Yeah, I'm not like, and he sort of said it, but at the same time, he brought up the whole thing of you're stealing your moves from Dan Bryan, you're stealing your moves from this person, and blah blah blah. But it's been said before.
Exactly.
It's been said before, and it's like it's the same as that thing with Cena and Roman Reigns. It's like Roman Reigns talking about how Cena's known for burying people and stuff like that.
And it's like you out of all people say that, really. That's when even Cena say he was like you out of all people.
Yeah, I've heard this before. This is nothing new to me. This is
ridiculous.
Like you saying this to me. I've heard so many times. I don't even. I no. So the same as that thing with the Miz. It's like, okay, you go ahead and say that about me. You go ahead and say the same as that thing I've been hearing for the past 2 years since I've been doing this gimmick of me stealing Dan Bryan's moves and stuff like that. Like I haven't heard this before. Okay, that's nice. I'm still gonna bury you with my words.
Exactly. And you're right. It's just
But for some reason I just felt like that it was kind of an ambush, but it also needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Enzo got a bit of a reality check. And with that said, I don't think he's winning the belt. Not this time, anyway.
I don't know because again he lost. So then they had this is one that I do want to talk about. They had a match, The Miz versus Enzo Amore. Now, I don't know what to think about this. Like this president that they just set. The cruiserweight are allowed to fight people who are not in their class.
Well, okay. Like I said, it's how can I say this?
Now you see the issue. I can see where they're coming from because yes, Enzo technically a month ago was still part of the main roster. He still is out. I'm just saying, but he wasn't like in a specific division. So I can understand maybe why Enzo was able to pull this off, but it's like the cruiserweights are allowed to, because again, Neville, I'll use Neville example. Ever since he went to cruiserweight division, he has never fought anybody else outside of his division. Yes, we know he can fight people like Big Show. We know he can fight people like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and them because he fought them before, and Kevin Owens and whatnot. But it's been forever since Neville's fought anybody outside of his weight class. Enzo literally a month later, less than a month later, after joining cruiserweight division, fight somebody outside his weight class. What is that telling me? Is it telling me that this whole time all along they are allowed to fight outside their weight class? Because Enzo referenced the fact that he said, and after I get the cruiserweight to fight, after I beat you, now for the cruiserweight title, I'm coming after you for the Intercontinental title. Remember, he did say that. So it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know what are they trying to tell me here. Are they allowed to fight for championships that is not the cruiserweight title?
I don't think so, and I feel like the reason why this match was even made is the same as that thing I said before. You got ambushed. Okay. I mean, and I'm not saying that as in I'm trying to defend Enzo because I feel like Enzo needed this. He needed
a reality check.
Yeah, he needed a severe reality check. It's been so long, okay, and that's why I feel like I don't think that he's going to win this belt. this cruiserweight belt now, because this is the reality check here. We're in the reality era, and we're going to put this on you. This is the reality check here. You're pretty much grounded, you might say. All right, because you keep talking all this trash, thinking that in the locker room, thinking that you're better than everyone, and you're not. You you get kicked out of the locker room, you get kicked out of the bus, and you're still talking. It's like all in all, it's like all these things are adding up and adding up, adding up, and after a while, you're just like, you know what? Fine, we're just going to keep doing things to you until you understand we want you here, but we can easily let you go. Easily let you go. Okay? And once we let you go, that's going to be it for you. We're not sending you back to NXT. We're not going to send you to SmackDown. We're just going to completely just fuck you. I mean, the only reason why we really keeping you, like most people say, the only reason why we keep keeping you is because you're selling shit. You're making money. But once that starts drying up, nah. Once that starts drying up, we won't be seeing you like that no more. So here you are now in the cruiserweights and everything. You try to make a name of yourself. That's not really doing well. Kind of shows how shitty of a wrestler you are, and the fact that you actually need Enzo. I mean, not Enzo, Big Cass. You know, just so this whole thing, this whole match between him and The Miz, it was a squash. As you saw, Benzo barely got any offense in.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And yeah, and then I mean he did make that subtle joke, which was like, huh. They allowed him to say that. He was like, he told Maurice, hey Maurice, the question you shouldn't be asking yourself is how the Miz said, no, he told the Miz, the question you shouldn't be asking yourself is how you doing. The question you should be asking your wife is who's the daddy? Or something along the lines of that.
Yeah, which got the whole crowd screaming at Enzo, who's your daddy, when the Miz was whooping his ass.
Exactly. And it's like, Jesus Christ. So there was that. And then after the match, Neville, just because Enzo obviously beat out thanks to the Miz Taraj as well, Neville just started laughing at him in the back. Because this will lead into No Mercy. Neville versus Enzo for the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah.
And here's another interesting thing. We still, with a week away, we still don't know who the hell will face the Miz for the Intercontinental title. Remember, Kurt Angle did say he will defend his Intercontinental title at No Mercy.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Like I said, sometimes I've noticed that they'll say things
and just completely drop it.
Yeah, they completely drop it, and hopefully people won't remember. But then you got people like you. You got people like you and me. It's like, when are you supposed to have a match? Come back to me on that.
I know. It's ridiculous. So we legit don't know who the hell is the Miz facing for the Intercontinental title, and we'll have to see. But moving on to the main event itself, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose were trying to find tag team partners backstage. They ran into Arn Anderson, right?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
They ran into Arn Anderson. They ran into, who else did they run into? These two people that Dean Ambrose said, hey, you just don't know, you know how to fight or whatnot. And then they eventually met the Hardys. And with that, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins with the Hardys versus Cesaro, Sheamus, Gallows, Sakara, and the main event. A weird one because nobody expected this to be the main event. Yeah, as you said, because travel issues and such. So this was the main event. It was a decent match. I legit thought maybe Luke Gallows, Sakara, was going to steal one based on how the match was going because near the end, Cesaro and Sheamus was leaving. They were distracted. So I figured where everybody was distracted, Gallows could no Anderson could pull up Dean Ambrose for the pin while literally everybody was distracted, but that didn't happen. And Gallows Anderson ate the pin, and the show ended like that. Again, I would like to think that this wasn't for nothing, and Gallows Anderson will get their shot at Raw Tag Team titles at No Mercy. Because otherwise, what's the point of their involvement in this feud? It doesn't.
Yeah.
And that was Raw. We're going to SmackDown. How did you not watch SmackDown, man?
Like I said, I was, and the fans, I was actually trying to make it home, but because afterwards, and I'm pretty sure she's not watching. I'll probably tell her I gave her one, but I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Tara, one of my old backyard wrestling buddies, you might say, that I still hang out with. She had surgery on yesterday. It wasn't nothing major. She just had like a little nasal thing, something like that. I really don't know what it was, but she had it yesterday. She's out of the hospital now. She's at home resting, stuff like that. She's actually gonna be back at work by Tuesday, apparently. But I went over there because I haven't really been going over there. She has a kid. And I'm not going there because of the kid. It's just fed there for a while. I was sick and everything, and whatnot, and I didn't want to go over there with me being sick and her having a kid. Her kid's like 2 years old, whatnot. So I went over there because I was in the neighborhood. I was in Roxborough with my other friend, and I decided, you know what? I want to go over there. I want to visit them because I haven't seen them in a while. I usually go over there every week, and I just haven't been going up there like I usually do because I'm usually retired after work. And then they change their off days. They have like different off days and offset and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. There was one day where I caught everybody at home, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come over, and I'm going to hang out with them because I haven't seen them in a while, and I wanted to see her, before she has a surgery and stuff like that. And I made the joke just in case if I don't see you again, you look different, or they accidentally give you a lobotomy. But she's fine. She's recovering. It wasn't nothing major. It's just something she had nasal things she had since she was a child, and now she's like doing fine now. Gotcha. Yeah. So that's my reason why I miss SmackDown, because it's Roxborough. I live in Germantown. It takes about 2 buses for me to get there. Not to also mention she doesn't have cable in the house. They usually just watch things on Netflix and stuff.
Yeah, that's understandable as why you miss SmackDown.
Yeah,
because this was a good one.
But I have some of the stuff I have been keeping up as far as the Twitter. And I have been keeping up on like YouTube when they show you little clips. So I did see the one thing that happened at the end. I did see that. I do know about New Day and the Usos. I do know about the women's match, or at least who won the women's match. I know about that.
Gotcha. All right then. So that being said, SmackDown took place in Las Vegas. It was dubbed Sin City SmackDown Live. Because there was 3 title matches and Vince McMahon returned. So he started off with Kevin Owens coming out. He's saying how by the end of today, this will officially be known as the Kevin Owens Show. And the first thing he's gonna do is fire Sami Zayn. That was it. I do it. Like, that was the first thing he was gonna say. Just fire Sami Zayn. Just because he was saying how Justin Roberts and Brian Saxton is gonna be 2 men, 1 suit, like literally, like they're gonna both have to be wearing the same suit because they both sound exactly the same. He was just making all these new rules. It was funny. And Dan Bryan came out. Kind of said, "Don't worry, Brian, I'm gonna have a job for you. You could be our janitor." And then I guess Brian made a fat joke by saying yes, because that requires. I have no problem doing some hard labor and work, something you should be doing. And I don't know if that was a fat joke or not, but
it probably wasn't a fat joke, because if it was a fat joke, the main thing that they've been doing, and they haven't been doing it often now, and I'm glad they stopped doing it because it was stupid. But they kept trying to make the whole thing of calling him Cartman,
Yes.
and stuff like that. And it's like that's getting stupid and old. No one doesn't care and stuff like that.
Because Kevin Owens is way over than what people.
Yeah, and
so yeah, no, and then you are right. And then Dan Bryan just told him again, Vince McMahon is. Oh, before that, Kevin Owens trolled everybody. We thought Shane McMahon was gonna come out instead. It was Dolph Ziggler acting like Shane McMahon. So I guess I know what Dolph Ziggler's persona is. He's just making fun of everybody's entrance is. So there's.
I don't get. And you know what? With Dolph Ziggler, and I did see this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to smack the shit out of him. How dare you?
I know, yeah.
You know I'm an Ultimate Warrior fan, okay? How dare you?
Hey, it is what it is with Dolph. I feel like it is potentially leading into a match with Bobby Roode.
That's it. That is the rumor.
It makes sense. He's taught these elaborate entrances. That's the only reason why wrestlers are over. And what more elaborate entrance recently besides Shinsuke Nakamura is Bobby Roode. So
and he won't touch Shinsuke Nakamura because Shinsuke Nakamura already kicked him in the head.
Exactly. So we will definitely see where that goes. But yeah, other than that,
yeah, Dolph Ziggler needs to get his ass for. How dare you mock the Ultimate Warrior? How dare you?
I know, and he did it. With the strings and with the strings on his hand and everything. Granted, that was because of Bailey. He was making fun of Bailey, but yeah.
How fucking dare you?
Moving on to United States title match, AJ Styles versus Ty Dillinger. I really thought this was going to be Dillinger's night. I legit thought so. He came up short. I mean, Corey Graves pointed out, and I hate when commentators are right when it comes to my favorite wrestlers. Every time when it comes to a big match, Ty Dillinger always chokes. And this was the same thing happening in NXT. His big match against Bobby Roode, lost. His big match against Eric Young, lost.
And I'm kind of mad about that because it's like I really hope that they don't I don't want that to be his
thing.
The thing, like he always come up short, because then people are going to be. And then, all right, so I'll say it like this. You know who else almost always come up short?
Yeah. Sasha.
Sami Zayn. Not Sasha. I was going to say Sami Zayn. Because, I mean, Sasha eventually does win
and
something.
Keep the title for 2 weeks.
It keeps the title for whatever. And then...
losers.
Yeah. I just saw something I just want to punch somebody in the face for. Nothing wrestling related. But anyway, but like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is another one that's known as someone who doesn't win the big one. He always comes close and whatever. And it's like that stick
right
old after a while, man. Like you can't keep doing that. You can't keep doing the whole thing of he was almost there, but once again he lost. And the thing is that I feel like the main reason why they're doing that is because afterwards they're waiting for the big moment from where they can shoot that off, and then he actually won the match. But then you're taking the risk of, are people going to care?
Yes, and that's kind of the issue. Well, yeah, that is kind of the issue, and it's like I hope. Well, at least Styles put over Dillinger. He did shake his hand after the match, and it's like, yeah, this guy is good. So hopefully this means more for Ty Dillinger afterwards. Because after the match, obviously it's apparent who's next in line for the contender shot was Corbin, because Corbin immediately took out Ty Dillinger. AJ Styles tried to stop him, and Corbin took him out as well. And he announced that next time he does his U.S. Open Challenge, he will be the one. So, and they confirmed it next week for the United States title, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. So, who do you think is going to win and why? Any predictions?
I think Styles probably going to win.
I think Styles is going to win, and then Corbin is going to somehow politic his way into a match at Hell in a Cell for the United States title. Or it could be a triple threat. This actually could be a triple threat.
That could have been a thing too. But at the same time, the
I'd
reason
rather
why I
give
say,
people crap. You can at least give Ty Dillinger a pay-per-view.
but the reason why I still say that it might be Styles is because I think Corbin's still on punishment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we will see. And I mean, yeah, we will definitely see if he's still on punishment or not. Him winning the United States title, we'll definitely see. Next up, and as much as you hate Jinder Mahal,
I don't hate Jinder Mahal.
I mean, I'm talking for people. No, I'm talking for people.
But I have heard. Okay, like I said, I didn't watch it, but I have read some things. I didn't see the actual thing because no one have it uploaded, or I probably wasn't looking at the right thing. But apparently, Jinder Mahal had a rough time.
No, I wouldn't actually say that. I feel he had a rough time getting his point across because he was making fun. First, it was like he didn't know whether to be serious or what he was trying to say or not because they were making fun of Shinsuke Nakamura, how he looks and whatnot. And I think the point he was trying to get at is that you people make fun of us foreign people. And that's why he was basically telling Shinsuke Nakamura, you see, Shinsuke, it's not worth it holding the WWE title. Because you'll just, and he was speaking somewhat of the truth because
Okay, so he was trying to use it somewhat like reverse
psychology. Yeah, he was saying how these people will judge you. These people will make fun of how you look, how you speak, how your hair looks, your skin color. And I mean, he was speaking truth to a point. I mean, that is true. The foreign wrestlers always have the issue of the crowd chanting USA, but I'm pretty sure Shinsuke Nakamura is likable enough that will never happen unless we get to.
Well, no, that's actually as you say that, that's complete bullshit. Yeah, that's complete bullshit, sir. There are people who legit don't want Shinsuke Nakamura to be champion.
Why?
Because they're
racist.
Like, let's think about it for a second.
Yes, Shinsuke will be
on Raw. We have a possibility, and I don't want to call him this, but he calls himself this. You have a possibility of a redneck being a champion in Braun Strowman because he calls himself a redneck. He's a Southern boy.
Yeah.
Okay. SmackDown, you've had a redneck as a champion with AJ Styles. You had Cena as a champion. You had Bray Wyatt as a champion. You had Randy Orton as a champion. White.
Yeah, okay. I know, and I'm fully aware of that.
And then you have the combo breaker of Jinder Mahal. And I showed you last week how people did not like Jinder Mahal being champion. Some people just think that he's not a good champion. Or some people just don't think he should be champion because of his descent. Now, fast forward to SummerSlam. SummerSlam, I think this was said that this was the first championship match. I might be wrong on this, but I kind of read this online. First championship match where two people of Asian descent. Yes, Jinder Mahal's from Canada, but he is
Indian.
India is in Asia. Okay, for some who don't know the geography, but they said that this is the first time two people of Asian descent has competed for the World of WWE Championship.
And that's completely true. That would make sense because no Asian superstar, as far as I remember, has held the WWE title before. Have they? I might be missing somebody.
Yokozuna. But technically, Yokozuna is Samoan, so
I mean, but like that's stretching it.
It's stretching it because even though he's built from Japan, he's Samoan. Yes, we don't.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's stretching it. I'm talking about pure
Asian descent. No, then the answer of that would be no.
Yeah. So
okay. So with that said, there are people who actually don't like the fact that in their wrestling right now, there's not a white person as their champion, and they don't like the fact and that's coming up pay-per-view.
Hell in
There's
Cell.
not, which is Hell in a Cell. There's not a white person who's going to fight for the chance to be a champion.
Exactly.
Because it's either Jinder Mahal is going to win, and then you have an Indian champion, or Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win, and then you have a Japanese champion. Some people just don't like that.
Racism. Which again, so in that case, and Jinder Mahal is putting his point very clear that you're saying
Yes.
Shinsuke, it's not worth it to hold this title.
Now, granted, people are going to. There are more people who are going to cheer for Shinsuke Nakamura being champion than those racist people who would say the opposite. Okay, so
you're right about that.
Okay, so lucky. That's one thing, but still.
No, and I completely get your point.
The fact that they actually use that is actually true.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. And then for those who are wondering why Shinsuke Nakamura wasn't here, that's because, again, he was already at Japan at this point, doing promotional work for day before the Smackdown brand actually got into Japan. So that's the reason why he wasn't here. They was wondering why wasn't Shinsuke here the whole time. So
yeah, because like I said earlier, Shinsuke Nakamura is in well, not just Japan. I'm not Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean SmackDown Live are actually in Japan right now. Actually, they went to Hawaii first.
Yep. Damn.
Okay, he was actually in Hawaii. And the one thing about Shinsuke Nakamura, he's a big surfer.
Exactly. He's one with the sea.
Yes, so him and James Ellsworth are actually big surfers. They're actually are good friends together, and mainly because of surfing. Now, my question is, was Carmella and James Ellsworth there?
Oh yeah, they were on SmackDown, all right.
They were on SmackDown, all right. With the picture I saw, I guess it was like the day later. Some, like I said, some of them actually had to leave or whatever. But sooner than later, so they can get ready for their thing. But some of them had already, like I said, Nakamura was already in Hawaii. He was surfing his ass off. James Ellsworth came to Hawaii. They were both surfing.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, I knew about Shinsuke Nakamura being surfer. I had no idea about James Ellsworth. That is some interesting bit of news. But yeah, this program is leading up to the WWE Championship match at Hell in a Cell with Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. It's not confirmed whether or not this match is in Hell in a Cell, but we will see. We will see. Up next was the street fight, the New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Match of the night, in my opinion. They tore the house down again. I love the table spot the most because they literally set it up in the beginning of the match. And it wasn't used until the very end of the match. That table spot where he threw one of the Usos off. Kofi one of the Usos off and straight through the table. And it was very back and forth. And at the end, New Day won. And now they are a 4-time tag team champions.
Yeah. Can I tell you what they did afterwards?
What did they do?
Okay. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but I kind of kept things up on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a social media whore. After they won, they pretty much said what they was going to do. They was going to go out on the streets of Las Vegas and twerk with the titles. Okay, so that's what Kofi did. No homo. Kofi could twerk his ass off. But afterwards, because they had a little time before they had to leave for their flight to Hawaii, they went to him, Xavier Woods, and Kofi. I didn't see Big E. I don't know what Big E did. He probably just went to the hotel room because he was tired or whatever. But Xavier Woods and Kofi went to a Tekken 7 tournament. Because, all right, so there are times where people will do like the random type, like the thing I did yesterday. It wasn't a tournament per se, but it was just people playing. But people have gone to like go play Tekken and whatnot. So it was a little tournament that was in Las Vegas. It was on Tuesday, and it just so happens that the New Day was there. So they actually, I didn't watch the streams. I couldn't find the stream, but they actually had Kofi and Xavier Woods play Tekken 7 on stream with these people. Xavier Woods entered the tournament. I forgot how good he did. And Xavier Woods is fairly good in Tekken. I want to play him so bad. I keep trying to challenge him. He's actually on PC, which I have. I'm like,
He's a gamer, so he is.
What? Yeah, but he also has PC. And I have Tekken on PC. I'm like, one of these days, I keep treating him like, yo, one of these days, I want to face you. Okay, because he has it on PS4 and he has it on PC. I'm like, one of these days when you're free, you're not doing nothing, I want to face you. I really want to face you. I want to put my Brian Fury or my Paul against him.
And we'll see how good of a gamer he is, or is he just a noob?
Well, I have a friend who played him, and he said he's actually pretty good too. But he makes his mistakes. Yeah. I watched his video on Tekken and everything, and like I said, I want to face him. But anyway, I'm that confident. But they also had Kofi Kingston, who is I guess he doesn't play, but I guess he doesn't play as well as Xavier Woods. Yeah, I did that with Xavier. If you're watching, I know you're not. But he actually faced somebody in a little expedition match, and he won. So that's what they did before they went to Hawaii with the tag team belts.
And he must have a lot of times in their hands.
Well, like I said, their flight that they were supposed to take was delayed. So they were just like, all right, well, let's just do this real quick and then go back to our flight.
Yep. Huh. Well, I wonder how big he was doing now. That's a good one.
Like I said, I feel like he went. I feel like he went back. I just saw something again. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'm actually looking at other things, whatever, and sometimes that will make me laugh. I'm like, oh shit, or I might see something and anything. But anyway, Biggie probably just went back to the hotel room, probably just rest because, my flight's delayed, or I'm going back to the hotel. I'm not going to go out. I'm tired.
Yeah,
who knows?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the New Day's night after they won the belt.
So now you can only imagine the Usos will get another rematch, and that'll probably take place at Hell in a Cell. Whether or not they should do Hell in a Cell, because again, at least it'll make history. First time the tag team titles are defended.
As you say that, there was a video that I watched on the What Culture, and they mentioned something about like how wrestling has ruined WWE.
Yes, and I did see that video.
And they did make a good point about, yes, the Usos and the New Day put on good matches, but at the same time, there literally needs to be a cool down period. The fact that the week before this week, they have a 3-minute match that kind of meant absolutely nothing other than the fact of making the stipulation. It wasn't really needed, especially since he came off of another match where they did like a singles match or whatever. So I think it's true that yes, they need a cool down.
And I do agree, because then that way it'll feel more important.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to space it like a Okada Omega match and everything like that. It doesn't have to be like that, but you don't have to have them wrestle every week or every 2 weeks. Whatever. You should space it out. Space by space by space by space. A little better than just every week it's the same match or every pay-per-view or whatever, So I feel like they're kind of right about that.
I mean, I do agree, but the issue is again, I feel like there's been a creative change in SmackDown. Nobody else is being used on SmackDown.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
besides
definitely true.
Breezango, who else is being used on SmackDown in the tag team division?
Yeah, that is another thing too.
So it's like, yeah, well, that's the issue that they see here. But moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match versus Naomi. Carmella was at ringside. James Ellsworth, and again, she had she had a leash on him around his neck. So it was like, okay, so yeah, now this is getting weird, but yeah, a leash on his goddamn neck. But that's
and you say that and we laugh, but James Ellsworth is living the dream of being on WWE TV, even if he's not being used as a wrestler.
exactly
He's on WWE TV, and it shows that.
Yeah, I know. At least he gets to say he did that.
Yeah, it shows his dedication of the fact of, listen, this is what I'm willing to do to be on TV every week.
Exactly. Man, I do not blame him at all. But yeah, the match went back and forth. Eventually, Carmella got involved somewhat. Natalya got distracted. Naomi tried to do a what you call it? She tried to. I think it was a crossbody. I think it was a crossbody from the outside. It hit James Ellsworth and Carmella. She got back in the ring. Natalya was able to get the advantage. Put her in a sharpshooter. She taps. And Natalya retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, where does Naomi go from here? She got a rematch. So, where does she go from here?
I kind of heard that she's. I mean, even though she wrestled overseas, kind of heard that she's probably going to cool down a little bit because she's still a little hurt. That's what I heard. I don't think it's true, but at the same time, I kind of heard that she's still a little hurt. So if you don't see her on SmackDown or TV for a little bit, because she's probably resting a little bit right now. I mean, that's what I've heard. I mean, it could be true. The fact that when you're injured one way or any way, when you're injured, the possibility that even though you're healed, you can still be hurt afterwards.
Exactly.
Okay, like just because you're healed enough to get in the ring,
fully recover.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so she might have injured herself again. This is rumor. I don't think it's true, but this is rumor that she might. You might not see her on TV too much anymore because she might actually be healing.
Well, hopefully she gets better soon. Hopefully they bring Becky fucking Lynch back on the TV. That would be nice.
But also, I'd like to know because she hasn't been used on TV. And I understand why, but where's Charlotte?
Exactly. Where is Charlotte? There's a.
I understand. Like I understand why she wasn't using TV before because of her father, but her father's fine now.
So it's like,
and she does wrestle live shows. Like she's overseas. She was wrestling. She was wrestling on overseas. She was like in a four-man. She was in a four-way match with Naomi, Becky, and Asuka.
Yep. So it just begs the difference what exactly she is doing at the moment.
Yeah, like why she's not on TV? She's still wrestling. Yeah. Just why she's not on TV?
It's weird. We move on to a Shawn Bender, Chad Gable versus the Hype Bros. At first, there was nothing really noteworthy, but at the very end, something did pop up. Zack Ryder is finally becoming frustrated. The tech guy who is wait, what am I talking about? I was going to go to a different subject.
You're talking about the Hype Bros and how Zack Ryder's getting frustrated.
I said the tech, and I'm not going to say, yeah, the Hype Bros is what I meant to say. The Hype Bros, Zack Ryder, showed signs of a heel turn. He walked out with Shawn Bender. I think it was either Shawn Bender and Chad Gable. Tried to extend his hand, and he just walked away. He looked frustrated. And I think it's finally signaling the end of the Hype Bros. So we will see what happens. I don't know who's going to turn heel. It looks like it's going to be Zack Ryder. I always figured it was going to be Mojo Rawley, so that he could change his name from Mojo Rawley to Mojo Jojo. That would be good. They better do that. They probably won't, but yeah. So there was that. Otherwise, it was just a pointless tag match with that one little significance. They move on to the main segment itself, which was Kevin Owens and Vince McMahon. Pretty much to sum up, Vince McMahon came out. He told him the real reason why he suspended Shane is because he didn't finish the job with Kevin Owens.
I did like that. I'm just like
okay.
I suspended him because he disappointed me. He finished the job.
Yeah, that was something else. So yeah, he didn't finish the job. That's why he punished him. But he will reinstate him, and he will face Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell. And Kevin Owens looked frustrated. He was like, "Fine, I'll do it under the condition you have to promise me that I can beat a McMahon senseless." And he agreed. Shook his hand, and Kevin Owens did exactly what Vince McMahon promised that he could do. Beat a Vince McMahon senseless, and that's exactly what he did to Vince McMahon.
He took that head bump like he took it like a fucking champ.
Yes, he headbutted the shit out of him, which busted him open. He then kicked him in the ribs. He then super kicked him. And then last but not least, he did a bullfrog splash on a 71-year-old man.
Now, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think letting him doing that, do you think
he has the brass ring?
Not necessarily had the brass ring, but do you think that now Vince McMahon has sort of respect Kevin Owens?
Yeah,
and I don't mean that as a, the character Kevin Owens. I'm talking about Kevin Steen. Do you think he respects Kevin Steen now as a person, from where we're going to stop making fun of him? That we're going to stop talking about his weight? That we're going to let him do what he does and everything like that?
Yeah, I agree, dude. Again, the fact that you even allowed to revisit McMahon says something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I look at it. So it's like, yeah, no, so yeah, I agree with you.
Like now that you're working with Vince McMahon, the McMahon's period. Okay, because not only are you working with Shane, you work with Vince. Stephanie came out.
Yep.
Which is like, wow. Okay, then Stephanie is not. Okay, can I make this joke? Okay, sure, I make this joke. Stephanie is not the authority. Stephanie is the same Earth as Triple H is NXT. So she's like Earth 3 Stephanie McMahon, where she's a little more compassionate about things.
Exactly. You saw how Triple H did not appear at all until
even though he was there.
Classic. I know I'm talking about he didn't appear until the Mae Young Classic. It's like, dude, your father just got annihilated. Your father-in-law just got annihilated. You didn't care? Nope.
Well, you don't know how, or maybe they played it safe because
he's still
think like this. If both Triple H and Stephanie came out, they would have been talks of the authority. We haven't seen the authority since since
WrestleMania 30.
WrestleMania. So it's like, who do you like now? Suddenly, you see Triple H coming out, and you see Stephanie coming out. The first thing people are going to be talking about is the authority. The authority is coming back. They probably didn't want that.
Exactly. We had 2 years of that, and it was something else.
Yeah.
It was something else. But yeah. That was SmackDown. We're gonna quickly run through 205 Live NXT and then call it a day. First things first, we finally got our blow-off match between Rich Swann and TJP. It was a good back and forth match. Rich Swann got the pinfall. We thought TJP was gonna just attack him, but he shook his hand and he left. But he left bitterly. I should say that he was legit pissed, but he left. I enjoyed it. Did you? I know you didn't watch, but did you see the PowerPoint?
And we talked about this.
Yes, the PowerPoint. Yes, only 272 more slides to go.
Yeah, but the thing that really got me, okay, they used Okada's. Okay, so I'll just look it up. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving to my second screen. Not this. I'm actually saving this. I saw a shit shirt I'm going to be getting. Sesame Street Rage. I might actually get that. So. Okay. So for those, and once again, for some people who probably don't know, I play Tekken. I play Tekken a lot. I'm probably gonna play after this podcast, or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm a little tired. But anyway, they were talking about his PowerPoint. They mentioned about something about costumes or something like that.
No, he had no costume.
No costumes. And they pulled this up for those who can see. Not only is he talking about Okada, because as you know, Okada does come out with leathers, robes and stuff. Mm-hmm. But he also pulled out the King Okada costume from Tekken 7. When they announced Tekken 7, they also announced not only do we have Border Club stuff, but we're going to have a King versus Okada New Japan Pro costume. And then one match, he actually came out. Okada actually came out with said costume, as you see right here.
Huh.
He actually came out just as King. Yes, he didn't. He took off the mask. He didn't mess with the mask. Mm-hmm. But he had the same robe, the same shorts, and everything. You have to customize them on Tekken 7 from where you buy the robe, you buy the mask, because it's a special mask. You buy the special championship belt, which is supposed to look like the IWGP belt, and everything. And then when you do all that, you actually get a special rage art for King, because King's rage art, he hits you, picks you up, and goes for like a jump in power driver. But when you do this costume, he does the Rainmaker. And I mean the whole entire thing. Let's see if I can. I'm hoping I won't get in trouble. Right. So. I don't know why you put .com. That was stupid. King. So, I think I can find just a clip. I don't want to play the whole thing. All right, yeah. So here's a clip. All right. So he goes for that. Yes, he actually does the Rainmaker costume. I mean, he actually does the Rainmaker clothesline instead of his original thing.
Yeah, I got you.
So when I saw him,
the slide,
it's slide. I'm just like,
they got away with that.
They got away with it.
Yep.
I even said it to you. I'm like, that's Okada's King.
Yeah, and they used it on just to get on the cruiserweight shows. I was like, hey, if he can get
Oh,
referenced.
it's kind of funny that New Japan has been mentioned a couple of times on WWE TV as of late, especially with Nakamura there. So
Mm-hmm.
I just hope it doesn't start. I just hope this doesn't start the rumors of is Okada coming to WWE? Because it's not. It's not
Yeah.
coming.
I mean, I just hope Drew Gulak after the Fashion Police arrested him and finished his slides.
Yeah, but that's pretty funny.
Again, this slide thing is the best thing ever. Oh my god. Like, I feel like we should only get like 2 or 3 each week, and then when we somehow magically get to the last one, people are crying because like it's over.
But I actually find it kind of funny that the Fashion Police actually showed up in 205 Live.
I know, right? I was like, holy shit. Especially what Fandango was doing to
Yeah, I saw the video of that. That was awkward.
weird.
That was awkward and very weird.
It was like, yo, man. Mm-hmm.
That definitely my personal space.
It would have been anybody's personal space. They moved on to the main event with Cedric Alexander versus Brian Kendrick. Ended it in disqualification when Jack Gallagher came out and shocked everybody when he turned heel by attacking Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that actually did surprise me a little bit.
Yep. And with that being said, that was NXT. I mean, that was 205 Live. Moved on to NXT with the main event being for the UK title, Wolfgang versus Pete Dunne. We first start off with Ruby Riott, Ruby Riott versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. It is a tag team match, but Ruby Riott for the first like 10 or 15 minutes was by herself. Nikki Cross was starting to appear in the crowd. She said, "Screw it." She tagged her. She made Peyton Royce tag her, and Nikki Cross came in. She annihilated both Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, and she re-tagged in Ruby Riott so she could get the pinfall, and Ruby Riott won. And Nikki Cross just disappeared. So there's that. We had Jen Gargano versus Redrick Moss. The reason why this match happened is because Redrick Moss and Tino Sabatelli was confronting Johnny on the fact that how he was nothing without DIY. And also John Gargano went through that wrong. At one point, John Gargano thought that even because he put him in his famous submission and he was able to grab ropes, and Johnny was shocked. He was like, "What the hell is happening to me? Why can I finish people off?" And he was able to finish off with the running bulldog, like the running rope spear.
Yeah, the rope spear that he does. Yeah.
Twin shot spear or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was able to win. Up next, we had the Street Profits versus the Early Brothers and the Jobber match. The Street Profits won. I love the Street Profits, though. Something different.
You're not the only one, but let me ask you a question.
What?
Who was the people he faced?
The Early Brothers.
I don't know why I thought you said the Olive Garden.
The Olive Garden.
Maybe I'm getting tired this time. Last week he was tired. I've been a little tired myself. So I'm like, the Olive Garden?
The Olive Garden. Then we had our main event, the United Kingdom Championship, Pete Dunne versus Wolf. First, I should point out next week, Aleister Black speaks for the very first time. So that leads into what I was telling you about before. But that's the start of it. But yeah. The main event was the United Kingdom title match, Pete Dunne versus Wolfgang. Pete Dunne won, but the real story is after the match. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, or otherwise known as Undisputed, showed up.
How do you feel about that name?
It's fine. I feel like if anybody would take a name like that, Undisputed. I
can't come up with a name.
I couldn't think of any other name besides Bullet Club to use for Adam Cole, so it's like Undisputed. I wasn't thinking of that at the time, so that works.
I mean, I can't come up with a name, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, Undisputed. I would probably. It doesn't sound heelish enough.
Mm-hmm. No, and I completely get your point. And
maybe just me.
We might have to grow. I mean, they got shirts, so
I already saw the shirts, so it's pretty much too late.
yeah.
They already know what they're going to name them, and it's already done.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it doesn't seem. Maybe it's just me.
No, we will see. We will definitely see. So they attacked Pete Dunne, and Wolf Green tried to help Pete Dunne being the heel that he is. It looked like he was running back, but he only ran back to get his title and leave. I thought
Which is pretty funny because
I thought that was hilarious.
It's funny because they're actually good friends.
Yeah.
They actually tagged together, like Progress and all the other English shows. But in WWE world, fuck you.
Again, yeah, just like Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. They are all three of them together equals Mustache Mountain. And now they're being treated like this.
Although apparently, did you see? I don't know if this happened after NXT went off, whatever. But apparently, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, I think you just said,
yeah,
had already issued a challenge that said that we're not going to stand for y'all beating up on our friend. So I think there's going to be a 3-way match coming up soon.
Based on the tapings, it was just a simple. It was a 3-way. Yes, you're right. It was a 3-way. I think. Really, was it though? I think it was. It had to happen.
Because, like I said, afterwards, it was like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch NXT, but I saw some of the video, and one of the videos they had on the back, they were saying like how Trent Seven and Tyler Bate was furious at the fact that they attacked them, and it was like, we're not going to do this, we're not going to stand for this. That's our friend.
We're doing the ring next week. Yeah, that's essentially what was said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that was the end of NXT. And that was the end of today's podcast, guys. I apologize. I am just a little bit tired.
Well, you did just come home from work. But on the good note, it's not even 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, we did finish it before 11, so that is obviously a good thing. So, Ron, any final thoughts before we...
If anything, if I can allow, I'll do a quick push promo. Nothing too big, but Gamers Heaven. If you go look up Gamers Heaven on Twitch, on Fridays they do a bit of a what am I calling it? It's a little friendly, as we call it. I don't know why we call it friendlies, but it's just a little thing that we do where we're pretty much doing like some expedition matches, people playing stuff like that. We stream. I do commentary on that. I'm still pushing the limits of how far I can commentate. I kind of made a Journey Sandusky joke because there was a little kid there who I thought was past his bedtime, and I was like, if he doesn't leave, I'm going to call Journey Sandusky.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm continuing to push the boundaries of how far I can get when I stream. See, the difference between what I do here, I make jokes here. I'm not as vulgar here as I am when I do other stuff. Believe it or not. It's probably why I'm not sponsored. But anyway, yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
But we do that on Fridays. If you look up on Twitch TV/Gamers Heaven, I think that's the name. I'm not going to look up right now because I'm trying to go. Also, I'm saying this to you now. Next week I'm not going to be on. I'm going to an actual tournament. It's going to be a different tournament for a different place, which is what do they call themselves? Local hosts. Let me.
Local hosts. You're not going to be on because this is going to be the first episode where we where we use your idea to start an hour early too.
No, right? And it's funny how things
work out.
And it's like I forgot how. Oh, you serious? Somebody's actually calling me. I gotta tell them. Hold on. Okay. All right. So. Okay. It's local hosts, as I was saying, and they're coming up with Go for Broke. I'll send you the thing so you can post on there just in case you want to help
Yes.
promote and everything. I'm probably gonna enter in Tekken. Hopefully, I do well. We'll see. I'll just give you my my thing as far as my predictions. Why can I not think of the word prediction? I'll give you my prediction.
We're tired. We're both tired.
Yeah, we're both tired. Yeah, I will give you my prediction on who's going to win and stuff like that. But I should be back the 29th talking about our prediction
Yeah, the
and
fallout.
stuff like that. Yeah.
We'll see if Roman Reigns is still alive. We'll see if Braun Strowman is the Universal Champion. We'll see a bunch of stuff. But I think that does it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crater and Ron signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.